Yeah, let's give a quick shout out to Christina Applegate.
Yeah, bottles on me, long as someone drink it. Never drop the ball, fuck it, y'all thinking. Making sure the young money ship is never sinking. About to set it off in this bitch, Jada Pinkett. I shouldn't have drove, tell me how I'm getting home. You too fine to be laying down in bed alone. I can teach you how to speak my language, Rosetta Stone. I swear this life is like the sweetest thing I've ever known. About to go thriller, Mike Jackson on these niggas. All I need is a fucking red jacket with some zippers. Super good Smith-O, a package of the swishers. Did it overnight, it couldn't happen any quicker. Y'all know them, well fucking me either. Point the biggest skeptic, gotta make them a believer. It wouldn't be the first time I done it, throwing hundreds where I should be throwing ones, bitch, I run it. Yeah, I swear I got that shit that make these bitches go insane. So they tell me that they love me, I know better than that. It's just game, it's just what comes with the fame. And I'm ready for that, I'm just saying, but I really can't complain. Everything is kosher, 2 thumbs up, Eva and Roper. I really can't see the end getting any closer, but I'll probably still be the man when everything is over. So I'm riding through the city with my high beams on. Can you see me? Can you see me? Get your eyes in on. Y'all just do not fit the picture, turn your widescreen on. If you think it, I'ma quit before I die, dream on. Man, they treat me like a legend. Am I really this cold? I'm really too young to be feeling this old. It's about time you admit it. Who you kidding? Man, nobody's ever done it like I did it. Young Money. This what I'ma do till it's over, 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 but it's far from over.
You gotta eat the lettuce. It's right, just straight up eat the lettuce.
It's true, Dr. Doback. You've been very cold and unsupportive of our dreams.
You wrecked my fucking boat, you goon!
Rec league, I ain't paying a ball. Y'all be string like a broke guitar, and it still put it down like a family
You know
dog.
what?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna change up the music. Hello everybody. Holy hell, I've been gone for what, like 5 days now, technically? Yeah, Jesus. Feels like a lifetime. Feels like a lifetime, people. This is a problem. The consistency is off. How will I ever survive on YouTube? How? The consistency's terrible. I need to get back into it. So, what I thought was, we'll go back. We'll take it back. We'll do something. We'll go back to the old method of just making fun of people. I am not muted, Karma. I see it on the mic. I see it. Do not trick me this time. Let's get it going, boys and girls. Hello. Hello. It's me, your boy, the man that, straight up, the man that straight up drove to Connecticut to say hello to DeadOnDave. Make sure you guys shop at Pawn Nation with DeadOnDave. That was a wonderful time. I had a good time with Dave. I think it was a lot of fun. We hung out, shared some stories, got to know each other on a bit more of a personal level. I am super happy with that. I am not muted. I'm being trolled right now. This is not happening. You aren't getting to me. You aren't getting to me. It's not happening. It's not happening. But I do want to show you guys something. Just a couple of photos for the trip. Thank you, Soul Vessel and Karma, for the $30. You guys are the best. What? You can't hear me? No, this is a troll, bro. This is a troll. This is a troll. You're trolling. You're actually trolling. This is a lie. Hannah, confirm to me if they're trolling or not. They're trolling. They have to be. I don't believe it. They're all talking to me. They're all talking. Bullshit. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. You guys got me. You fucking kill you. Even my own dad just texted me, who's watching right now, is saying, your chat's retarded. My own father straight up just texted me. He's watching right now, and he goes, your chat's retarded. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for watching this terrible shit show of me getting trolled on this. Anyways, let's move on. I want to show you guys a couple of photos from when I went to Connecticut. I got to visit DeadOnDave at his natural habitat. Thank you, Spectre, for the $1.99. DeadOnDave at his natural habitat. Look at this man. Look at this guy. He's hanging out. He's vibing. To be honest, there was so much good shit in this store. I bought GTA Vice City original game soundtrack on top of that. So all the good fucking songs are still in it, unlike the definitive edition that came out and it was complete dog shit. Bought that game immediately. Didn't get the Switch, but I know that Dave said he'll mail it out to me once I get it and I pay for it online. So fuck it, I don't really care. We're going to get the Switch soon, people, and we'll be doing Twitch streams on the fucking Twitch. We'll be doing Twitch streams in regard to Nintendo games soon. I'm very excited about that. Going to see Dave was actually really fucking fun. I got to meet him in person. Again, we got to know each other a lot more. It was a great time. Hopefully me and Dave will be able to do like Pokemon streams together. That was awesome. But you guys don't want to hear about my time with Dave as much as I want to talk about it a lot more. I really want to do that a lot more. Future plans will be involving visiting other creators and doing content with them. But with Dave, it was just like, me and him were just vibing together. So there's no, moving forward, I will be doing content with these people. And to be honest, I'll probably be going to visit Dave again another time soon. So very excited with that. Mario Kart with the chat. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that. But we're not here for my recanting of the situation with Dave and hanging out with DeadOnDave. We're here to talk about, maybe, in my opinion, after last night and really mulling it over, the worst exposed video I've seen like in a long time. And the reason that I say that is because it was never meant to be made. Judging by the interview that happened with the creator of the video, Mark in fucking Bowblax's chat, Bowblax and Nick talking to everybody about it, it's complete dog shit. The video is awful from like start to finish. And of course, because we are all terminally online and in the commentary community, we have to watch it. We have to watch it, pick it apart, and make fun of it. Because this is how people don't make these kinds of mistakes again. Is to basically make fun of them. To make fun of them. They deserve it. This specific individual deserves all the shit that came back at them. Now, am I saying he's a bad guy and this is on the same level as like I'm Alex with Slazo? No. But this is a good case study. We're looking at this like a case study. This is a great case study on what not to do when you're planning on exposing somebody for something fucking stupid. We do have the video. We do have the video downloaded, which shout out to Empress for that. There it is. So this video, I want to go over one aspect of it that's kind of important. So this guy was getting called out on Twitter, right? He's getting called out on Twitter. Me, Deorio, everybody's talking shit, right? We're all pointing out the flaws in his video. The video was originally titled Mark, Dangers in Dating. LS Mark, Dangers in Dating. This is what the video was originally titled. The thumbnail had Mark and his wife in it. Now, the wife part was not a publicly known situation until JustStop put this video together and blasted it for the entire internet to see, which is ridiculous that you even do that in the first place. There's nothing to expose there. They got married. Oh my God. It's like the worst thing on planet Earth to get married. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So the video had this original thumbnail. The name was LS Mark, Dangers in Dating. After he got called out on Twitter, he quickly changed the title to Veronica and Jelly, Manipulation and Loathing. Okay? He changed the title. So he took Mark's name out of the title after being called out that this is stupid to like expose Mark and his wife for. Then he changes the entire thumbnail after that. And mind you, he's on Twitter the entire time, still tweeting, I don't know if this is something I should do. I'm conflicted on this video. I'm conflicted on how to feel about this. Then why the living hell did you upload it? I ain't giving nobody the benefit of the doubt on this one. No fucking way. No. The reason I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt is because of not only the interviews that were conducted last night, on top of that, there is the video in question that has been made. Now, I've seen a lot of the comments on this video, and we will go over a few. Don't you fucking worry. Your pretty little hearts. We will 100% be going over a few of those. But I'm not giving anyone the benefit of the doubt on this one. No. JustStop should not have made this video. It shouldn't have been uploaded. It shouldn't have been conceived. It shouldn't even have been written in the first place. A whole month's work for this video is not worth what the fuck it was exposing at the time in any shape imaginable. So we have the video. We're going to go over it in its entirety. Then we're going to go over the, I guess you could call it an interview, more like a fireside chat with JustStop on DocOnTheRadio stream. An entire month wasted to be thrown away within less than 24 hours after being called out. This video was dog shit even before the interview star jumper. It was fucking dog shit. This video should not have been made in the first place with the interview or without the interview. We're going to go over this in its entirety.
Have you ever been put into a situation where you weren't quite sure whether or not you should reveal a piece of information, fearing the consequences, but then it just kept getting worse to the point you couldn't keep your mouth shut any longer? Yeah.
You should have just kept your mouth shut throughout all of this. When I watched this video initially, I was assuming that there was like a major thing to be dropped. Like Mark was committing DV, or she was committing DV on him, or there was an SA allegation somewhere in there, or something crazy, right? Like something that warrants a video to expose somebody for their shitty behavior. This video did none of that.
That's basically the current situation, and I'm not going to waste your time beating around the bush. This script's been rewritten too many times for me to ease you in slowly, so here we go. Ellis Mark is a 20-year-old Irish cartoon reviewer who, since late 2020, according to him, has been friends with a 28-year-old American former Oni Plays collaborator, Veronica Gilardo, whom he...
Which I'm going to say right now, because I'm just going to address it, because one of the comments annoyed the shit out of me, and I can't get it out of my head. She is 28. Okay. 28 years old. They met when he was around 17, 18. Okay? 17 to 18. She's 28. Any stupid motherfucker that says that she groomed him needs to get offline. They need to get offline. They interview people together. They got to know each other through the Oni Plays group. That's it. That's all it is. There's no grooming. And any retard in the comments section of that video saying that she groomed him does not fucking understand jack shit. This is, you need to log the fuck off. You need to log off if you're the kind of person that says that is grooming, that she took advantage of a young man, or if we were to flip-flop it, same exact way, if it was a man to a woman. There's no grooming. There's no grooming. Nothing illegal happened. And the retards in the the retards in the comments section of this video, you need fucking like mental help.
Currently runs a podcast with when she isn't working on Twitch or an NSFW Patreon. But that's all information you may have already been made aware of had you followed one or the other on social media. What you probably don't know is that, again, according to Mark, the two have been dating for around a year, and since autumn of 2022, the duo have been married, which could lead you to ask me, Braxton, why should I care? What's the point?
Nobody knew that they were married, and he just drops it right there. Who cares if they're married? Guys, who gives a shit if they're married? Who cares? Who cares? And the points made as to why he made the video and the subsequent potential recording, the attempted recording of him trying to lie is ridiculous. It makes no sense. This entire video from start to finish on how they handled it is ridiculous.
point in bringing that up. And well, to put it bluntly, I tried handling what I'm about to discuss with Mark privately, but discovered there have been several others who've done the same, yet he seemingly has just brushed them off. It's not him.
Who cares? Who fucking cares? They got married! Holy fuck! That is like, ooh, ooh! I'm doing the Edwin scream. Ooh! Ooh! They got married! Holy fuck! The world is ending!
Who's done anything worthy of call-out, though, it's Veronica and the group she's created around him who are at fault. And what might those actions include, you may ask? Well, how about a relationship that's been kept secret from the public involving lies, dumping and getting back together in short bursts, cheating, alienation from friends, shit-talking, the loss of opportunities to be friends with others, manipulation, forced dependency, and more. But that's a—
This guy, I just watched Tommy, and to be honest, Tommy had the best fucking point on this. This guy thinks he's a fucking psychologist. Let's go through that list like one more time of how many things he just stated that he believes, there's the word, believes. We're going to use that word a lot throughout this video. Lies, dumping and getting back together quickly. Okay, typical relationship shit. Cheating, shit happens. Alienation, in what regard? Shit talking, okay. Okay, shit talking, fine. Loss of friendship opportunities. What the fuck does that even mean? Manipulation. Okay? In what sense? You're not going to be able... This video is so retarded. And then forced dependency. You are going to see why... I'm going to say at least 98% of this shit is retarded. You're about to witness that what he is trying to lay on the lap of this woman is ridiculous.
And more. But that's a lot of bombshells to explain all at once. So to keep it all organized in this video, I'm going to set up a basic timeline of events based on the testimony and evidence of several people I've interviewed or researched into, which, if stated as much, were later confirmed by Mark himself. And it all goes back to Christmas Day of 2021, when Daft Pina and Crowy, two friends of Mark, wanted to talk to him about Veronica.
Daft Pina, that name sounds eerily familiar. I forgot who Daft Pina was for a while, and then I got filled in by Zip Zap, part of the Doc cast. Daft Pina is somebody who is the ultimate terminally online cringe lord, apparently in the art community. Now, again, these are situations that I have been told secondhand, so I'm not 100% on them. But based on what I heard, this is some retarded shit that I'm hearing. At one point, Daft Pina, do you know the video of Jaden Animations when they came out as asexual, right? Okay, who gives a shit, right? It's a good, she was open about it. She's like, I don't want relationships. She made a video just like opening shit up, right? Just opening up about herself, which not a lot of creators do. Good on her for doing that, but whatever. The thing is with Daft Pina, though, Daft Pina was just like, this shit is sad. This shit's a sad video. How could you say, like, just having horrible takes. Daft Pina apparently has, like, an ego problem. They're not worth the time. All of this bullshit. And Daft Pina was somebody who looked at this video and told JustStop that it was a good idea to do it, and kept rewatching it, saying it was good, and like from what I understand, gaslighting JustStop to continue on with this shit. But again, those are allegations; those aren't evidence. I'm not stating it as a fact, but based on Daft Pina's history, from what I understand, it wouldn't be too far out of the realm of possibility.
Veronica. Or rather, more specifically, they brought him into a Discord call on the night of, where they warned about the duo of Veronica and
anytime I hear the words Discord call, we're trying to get him in a Discord call, and then I hear the words an exposed video, I hear gay ops. I hear stupid fucking things that terminally online people do. If it's like, I'm so tired of gay ops, dude. I'm so tired of them. This isn't even like an investigative piece. This is just like what he assumes that their relationship is.
another former Only Plays collaborator, Sonny&JustStop, due to a series of behaviors they perceived as toxic, but we'll go further on that when the time comes. All you need to know for now is that, in this particular instance, Mark would brush off the two's concerns, believing it to be unfounded, so Crowy and Daft dropped the subject and chose to avoid the duo regardless, whether or not they could convince Mark to do the same. But what Daft and Crowy weren't aware of at the time was that Mark and Veronica had already begun dating and...
That is a full-grown woman, a good-looking woman. Mark struck gold just from looks alone, my dude.
During the period surrounding the check-in, Mark had already been dumped after 3 or so months together. You see, Veronica had switched over right after leaving him to dating another creator who wants to remain anonymous, which has been confirmed by both the creator and Mark themselves. But what really makes this stand out in the timeline isn't just that it happened, it's that the switch only lasted a month before Veronica dumped the other creator and asked Mark to take her back, which he—
Okay, that happens. I've had that happen with ex-girlfriends. What are you talking about? That happens. That happens in regular relationships where you break up, you fuck some other people, or you fuck some other people, or you stop seeing each other for like a short period of time, and then you realize you made a mistake, and then go back to them, or you take them back. Shit happens. Oh my God. It's not the end of the world, people. Shit happens. You break up for like a month or two, something goes on, and then they realize, you know what, I made a mistake, and then they'll come back to you, or you'll go back to them. Okay, why is this a point of contention in the video? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. This is a child trying to argue what a relationship is.
He happily did, as he was supposedly, according to friends around him at the time, in a drunken stupor, randomly just breaking down crying during the breakup. Though that's not to say they were completely separated during the period, as Mark actually used the recording booth of the—
This is another thing that I had an issue with in this video. They said that they wanted to keep one of the people anonymous, right? They wanted to keep that creator anonymous that Veronica dated. They left in the date and time of the tweet, and then provided evidence of Mark tweeting about the anonymous person involving a recording booth. You failed to uphold the anonymity because within 20 minutes of this video being up, people found who the other guy was. Like that. So not only did you fail on the delivery of like why this video should be made, you also failed on the anonymity end, which is insanely wild to me that you failed this hard on the anonymity end. You're fucking retards.
The other creator during their time split up. Yes, really, no exaggeration. Originally, I wasn't too sure if this was the case, as Mark claimed it lasted from 2 to 3 weeks between December and January, but thanks to Smokey, who I'll bring up again later on, I was able to find the exact times Veronica left and came back to Mark, which also shows when she was dating the other creator. For evidence
Oh God, who cares, bro? This is like so much autistic detail for no reason. I figured out when they broke up within the month time frame, and then found out who that creator was, and continued to just do. Oh my God, why?
When it started, in a DM with the other creator right after the dumping happened.
Let's read this. This is a DM right after the dumping happened, right? Hey, hon, can we have a call in the morning? Something came up, and I'm having trouble sleeping thinking about it, huh? I guess I could just lay it out there. I really can't sleep on this. So Veronica came by tonight and dropped a bomb on me. She had picked up Mark from LAX, and he talked about them one or more times. She told him she wasn't in love with him. She told Mark she was actually in love with you. Oh, okay. Why does this need to be put out there? Why does that need to be put out there? What is the point of this? Who gives a shit?
And Smokey mentions her knowledge of the situation on November 27th, and in a DM to another friend on January 4th, she tells a mutual that V and the other creator
Can I say something? He fucked up the recording. Did you see that? He said on the 4th, meaning the 5th. Oh, I get it. I'm nitpicking like too much on like little dates and shit, but like if you're gonna make a video like this and try to expose somebody, don't you want to listen back on that and maybe re-record that audio part? Oh, God. Let's keep reading it here. Really sad for blank, though. Don't know if you heard. Wait, what happened? Don't tell me something happened to the dog. No. For fuck's sake. Veronica broke up with him. What? Yep. The fuck is wrong with her? Okay. Why are you sharing these DMs? What is the problem with what? Okay, they broke up. Okay. Yeah. Well, she first told me about blank initial I love you to her. I think she was expecting me to be shocked and say sorry for her, but nope. My response was good. Like, that's like winning the suitor lottery. Ha, tell me about it. Man, what the fuck is she doing? Okay, what is happening?
Broke up, which said creator was willing to confirm was true. And when was Mark's Family Guy video released? December 18th, right in the middle of the breakup. He literally used the recording studio of the person his girlfriend dumped him for. And there are pictures of them hanging out IRL that are dated after the breakup happened. Closely.
Oh God, they're hanging out! They're hanging out after the breakup! Holy shit! Guys, this is the biggest piece of evidence. They hung out after the breakup. Oh my God, really? Wow. Couples hang out after a breakup? Holy shit.
That too. I'm talking just over a week. But why would he do that? My best guess?
Thank you, Beaverman, for the 2. Just saying, JustStop has turned into what he always hated about PML irony. Goddamn.
A need for dependency. In the short time they'd been together, he became so emotionally attached to the whole thing, he pretty much spent a month waiting and hoping she'd come back to him. And to add even more insult to injury, the creator stated that during a Christmas party he went to with Veronica's family, they were also weirded out by her dating someone so much younger than her, supposedly calling Mark an autistic child and being friends
He has to put in the part where she goes, he's an autistic child. Bruh. Holy fuck. There's no reason to put that part in.
that she was now with a real man. Also, according to the creator, Veronica shit-talked Mark while they were apart, saying he was untalented, couldn't draw, and that his personal pilot project wouldn't go anywhere. Of course, this is stuff that can't be substantiated, so it should be taken with a grain of salt, but the creator has no reason to lie, and they've given a heap of evidence all the way, so I have reason to trust them. Though it should also be noted that when I, Daft, and Crory relayed this information to him in a call that I'll discuss later, he said he didn't want to hear what specifically it was that she said, meaning he was willing to ignore what she may truly feel about him, possibly to protect an image of her he's created in his head. But as stated, they got back together after a month.
I want you to listen to what he just stated again real quick.
To him in a call that I'll discuss later, he said he didn't want to hear what specifically it was that she said, meaning he was willing to ignore what she may truly feel about him, possibly to protect an image of her he's created in his head. But as...
Okay, listen, a breakup happens, right? You both shit talk each other a little bit, or the partner shit talks you a little bit, and then you potentially talk it out between the two of you, or you don't. Doesn't really matter. You get back together. You get married. Okay, why are you trying to bring up this is giving me a fucking headache. Why did you try to bring up the things that she said in the past about him in a call to his now wife if it's nothing fucking like substantially serious? So what if she what if she shit talks some of his stuff? Maybe she was mad at him. Maybe she regrets what she said. Why do that? Hey, Paige, what's up? Why do that? Oh, right, because it doesn't fit the narrative that you're trying to paint of the woman that Mark married. Paige, this whole video was weird. Like, he went on like she cheated on him. Weird behavior. It's just aggravating because there was no reason for this video to be made whatsoever. This was a completely private matter, and there was nothing of substantial seriousness with it. The only reason that people are covering right now is because I'm looking at it like a case study on what not to expose people for. This was made purely because, in my opinion, JustStop tried to be some kind of like arbiter hero of Mark's relationship, barely knowing Mark. And you're going to see that in the interview later.
Stated they got back together after a month. Why Veronica left Mark so she could immediately go to the creator, still hanging around and supposedly shit-talking him, before then deciding to return to Mark of her own accord is up to interpretation. I surely don't know. Whether it was a spur-of-the-moment decision showing she didn't value Mark as a partner, or it was a calculated move to show she holds the power in the relationship is what I personally believe, but that's not even close to where the batshit ends. Doing a quick leap forward in the timeline here for clarity, after Twitter user and former friend of Veronica, Smoke the Show, aka Smokey, created a call-out post of her on...
Okay, so now listen, I don't think anybody's read the call-out post yet. I kind of want to read it just to like get an idea of like why this guy thinks Veronica's like some kind of fucking evil bitch human being that is out of her way to ruin Mark's life. Let's read it over, shall we? Smokey's response to Veronica. It's been almost a year since you treated the feelings and mental health of 3 people you called your best friends and soulmates at the time in ways that had such a disregard for their emotional and mental health, it seemed at best unconscionable. Paige, the only thing made me raise an eyebrow is that they're married and she's 20, he's 20 now. Like at that age, close to mine, I can't think of a comment at 20 on. Oh, listen, they got married. Who cares? They're in love. Love happens. Some people marry people 20 years older than them. If you're a grown adult, who gives a shit? Let's see here. Unconscionable and at worst psychopathic. I spent months hearing from half of our mutuals that you'd been telling them about waiting to apologize, only to find out from the other half that you were actually just shit-talking the people who at the time had offered you nothing but friendship, love, and support. Okay, shit talk. Maybe she regrets it. Love and support. I'm done. Reach out to me to talk and settle things here or my number like an actual adult. You fucking coward. Hey, why did you make a Okay, listen. You have no right to call someone or say come at me like an adult when you write a twit longer. You don't get the right. You don't get the right. You don't get it. You don't get the right. You have zero right to go on and say be an adult after you write a twit longer about them. God fucking damn it. Or I'll be speaking my piece about everything, and I mean everything. You don't get to get away with someone's whole persona attending AA bullshit while you've done nothing to face accountability for your actions and the absolute horrid shit that you put 3 people you love through at the end of last year. Instead, in fact, gone out of your way to mar the reputation of people who were only ever your friends to you until you made it clear you didn't want that. Actually do better or don't. My DMs are open. You have my number. You can reach out actually to talk about this, or I'm going to speak my piece on everything you did to me to everyone. And I'm not the only one. It's been heartbreaking hearing the stories of the many, many, many ex-friends you fucked over and burned in Burbank who have reached out to speak to me. Fucking face yourself finally. If you ever hope to actually grow and do better. Okay, this person is just like huffing copium right now. I don't know what Veronica did necessarily to this person, but this just sounds like a fucking declaration of war. For what? For what? She's acting like they were dating. She's acting like they were dating. Like this is the worst breakup of all time. You be a fucking adult. What? You wrote a twit longer. You are a child. Like, shut the fuck up. Let's see here. It's not so you can escape regardless if I speak on it or not. That's why there's that thing in you that eats you, that drives you to sabotage everything good in your life, that drives you to hurt people you claim to love in the most worst possible ways. You let the men of your life destroy you along your way. She's married to Mark, and they seem to be happy. So this, I remember them stating that this was made in November, so months ago. Things change, people grow. Like, come on. What the fuck is this bullshit? This is your last chance. This is your last chance. Holy shit. You decided to move to my boyfriend's neighborhood, remember? Damn! You're going to run into each other sooner or later, so no more hiding and running to friend groups that don't know who you are and turn a blind eye to your incredibly toxic bullshit. It's done. You finally messed with the right one. I don't care remotely about you marring my reputation to your equally shitty, disloyal and unfaithful fans. We can talk this out privately or not. Up to you. What the fuck? This is a declaration of war. This is what it sounds like.
November 15th, which tipped me and several others off to the situation in the first place. She also stated in a follow-up tweet the next day, quote, "As to what you're referring to specifically with her husband, I was the one who informed him of what she did when she did it February 26th of this year. But what happened on that date exactly? Well, Mark was cheated on. However, he didn't figure out as much until days later, as can be indicated by the fact that on the same day it happened, Mark released a video on Camp Coral, which Veronica did thumbnail art and he explicitly thanked her for. So it should probably be evident he didn't know then, and they also interacted
Or maybe Mark made the video, had it on his channel, still had the thumbnail, and uploaded the video. Or he's a professional that doesn't let emotional things get to him and still upload the video. Guys, I'm going to teach you something. You can upload videos to YouTube, wait until they turn green if you get unlimited ads, and have the thumbnail all ready to go. And that just seems like a weird little coincidence to me. Now, I get that he was at her house. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Like, what the fuck?
Amicably on the 28th of February as well. I'm not entirely sure by which means he did eventually figure out that the event had happened, but whenever he did, on March 6th, Mark would go on to tell Smokey about his situation in DMs. Hey, Editing Braxton here for some added clarity. The DMs between Mark and Smokey I'm about to show you indicate that she was surprised by Veronica cheating despite saying she told Mark earlier on in that reply. This is because Smokey was informed it may have happened by a friend a week after the event occurred while they were talking about the couple's codependency issues, funnily enough. Smokey did.
Why are you talking about their codependency issues like you're a part of their relationship in the first place? I fucking hate these people.
Know for sure at the time, so she relayed the info to Sonny, as he was closer with Mark, who presumably relayed to him, and then Mark would go on to confirm it to Smokey. So that's basically why her statement and this interaction can make sense at the same time. It's confusing, I know. Stating that he received a letter from Veronica, in which she said how sorry she was, that it was a result of a drinking problem, and that he was the best thing to have ever happened to her. However, Mark doesn't seem to be fazed by the letter and actively brushes it off, stating that she...
Oh, okay. She has a drinking problem, or had a drinking problem. She broke up with him, and that she even admitted that he was the best part of her life. Why are you airing this out? Nobody needed to know that she had a drinking problem. That's not something that needed to be relevant in any way, shape, or imaginable. Unless she's beaten Mark, who cares?
He's the cheating type, having done the same to Chris, aka Oni, and another person she dated named Nathan. And beyond that, after Smokey voices the concern that, having seen this occur, she may have never really known who Veronica was to begin with, Mark agrees, stating, yeah, I felt the same way of not knowing what was real and what wasn't. Which, you'd think would be the point where he stopped interacting with her entirely, at least for a while, but no. According to him, though he wasn't too specific, he said that after this event, she and him spent time apart, hung out as friends, then got back together, constantly mentioning how she was, quote, getting better, despite us never directly asking about it. But looking at Twitter as a source of how true that statement might be, they shared an image together only 3 weeks after the DM, having interviewed the voice of Hugh Neutron, Mark DiCarlo. Then 3 days after that, they interviewed Jeff Kinney, and Mark clarified that they flew all the way to Boston, Massachusetts to do it. Could have easily had a call of some kind, but hey, why not go to the effort for someone who cheated on you a month prior? He then flew back and stayed in LA until around April 1st, when he came back to his home country to watch Sonic 2 early.
Why? Everybody is banging the Sonic 2. Why? He flew back home to Ireland just to watch Sonic 2. Bruh. What the? Sonic 2 is cancer, bro. It ruins relationships or makes them, apparently.
But you want to guess who he had as a travel companion? Yep, Veronica went to Ireland with Mark for over a month and a half, and this is backed up by the series of tweets the two made during that period. April 8th, she acknowledges she saw Sonic 2 for the second time, the first time being with Mark.
Why does it feel like he's stalking their relationship? Why does it feel like he's legitimately stalking them? I was able to fit the timeline of when they both went to Ireland to see Sonic 2 together, and then they spent a whole month based on the corroboration of tweets that were made that I was able to collect. And then after all of this, they stayed together for an entire month. What? Why? Why does that? I get you're trying to paint the narrative that like she was shit talking him and they had a bad relationship, but who cares? Who cares? This is like autistic patterning. Like this is like something that you would give like an autistic kid, like, hey, figure out this timeline. And they just start fucking going ham on like random shit for no reason. Who cares? God, they're keeping their relationship private and they're working shit out behind the scenes, but they traveled together to Ireland. How could they? That's what it sounds like to me.
On April 1st. April 14th, she mentions that she misses her dogs from being in Ireland. April 30th, she says she got COVID and has to stay in Ireland longer. May 14th, she says she's back with her dogs in America. They spent a month and a half together in Mark's home country after having hung out and done interviews for over a week, only 3 weeks after the DM where Mark said he didn't know who she was as a person or trust her. But it does confer with my previous theory, that no matter what Veronica does, she either finds a way to pull Mark back in quickly, even after he seemingly already made up his mind, or Mark has now gotten such a dependent attachment to her, he can't go for long periods without being together, as can be—
That is the largest assumption made about their relationship, is that he goes, well, he might just be really, really dependent on her, or she just knows how to draw him back to her every time. How do you fucking know that? How is okay, how are you going to make inferences like that with no evidence? How are you going to make an inference like that? How do you or they work shit out behind the scenes and you are assuming that's how their relationship works.
be shown not only by all this traveling the two did together, but how much is still yet to come. A month after Veronica returned to LA on June 18th, Mark was back in California with a group of friends, including her. And fun fact, the week after he got there, I actually met up with him briefly at VidCon, which was where I first came into contact with She Who Must Not Be Named. Though that's a story and aftermath for another time, I don't want to make this about me. And in comparison to everything else, it would sound pretty stupid, so...
You sure as hell made this about you later.
Yeah, but anyway, July 12th, they travel somewhere for her birthday and stay at a hotel for over a week, back to LA. Then in mid-August, they go to Washington, D.C. with Sonny for another week, and this is around the time they got married, so possibly a honeymoon thing, I don't know. According to Mark, they haven't had a formal ceremony yet, so it could have happened right after or before, but whatever. Following this, on the 21st of August, they show they're in an airport in Dallas on a connecting flight back to California, and presumably that's where they currently reside to this day. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's a lot of traveling, and a lot of money spent on someone who, not too long ago, in the same year, cheated on Mark and didn't have the decency to tell him face-to-face rather than using a letter. So him having—
Oh, God! Why? They traveled together. Mark said that he couldn't trust her. And 3 weeks later, they started traveling together. It's almost like they might have worked their shit out. Maybe. Just maybe in the back of your head, niggle-wise. Like, just in there, like a little worm. It's just going through your brain, and it's like, maybe they work shit out behind the scenes. No. Yeah, Veronica's manipulative, or Mark has a really, 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 really bad problem not being able to leave her. Those are the only two potential outcomes based on how this video was made. That's it. Those are the only two.
This quick of a 180, as mentioned, is kind of scary, and to me, either seems manipulative on Veronica's part or desperate on Mark's. They barely had the time to be apart from one another for 3 weeks before she reinserted herself deeply into his life.
Michael Alberto just comes in and goes, I have no idea what the fuck happened. Autism, Michael, autism. It's the best way to describe this.
If he didn't bring her back on his own. And then for the next 5 to 6 months, they were constantly traveling from place to place, only having a reprieve from each other from May 14th to June 18th or so. Plus, we've got to take into account that Mark was also working on his pilot, his main channel, second channel, and his podcast with Veronica. So mix that all together alongside him traveling with her so often, it's like he never had a moment to think about their relationship and the negatives of what she did before moving on. And remind me—
Who are you to decide that? Okay. Who are you to decide that? How does that remotely come across that way? They worked professionally together. They're professional people, from what I'm understanding, and they did professional things. They record a podcast together. Probably didn't let the relationship get in the way. And maybe while they were traveling, just maybe, they worked shit out and got married because they loved each other that much. Doesn't matter how short the time frame is. You got fucking married, whatever. But that's not for you to put on full blast and assume that they're in a toxic relationship and that Mark— from how this video sounds, Mark needs to divorce his now wife. That's what this is coming across as.
Here, whilst this series of traveling escapades was still occurring, they got married. Man, saying that out loud still doesn't feel right. I mean, like, what? They got married only 8 or so months after they broke up and got back together? 5 or so months after he was cheated on and stated he didn't know who she was? Amidst a myriad of trips across the country/world? In between a series of incredibly lengthy videos that Mark had to put his attention towards. And they didn't even wait, they just got married without a formal ceremony they're still currently planning to happen? What's the rush? And more importantly—
who fucking cares? Who cares if they get married at a courthouse and don't make it public? Who cares? Who fucking cares? If they don't want it to be public, who are you to say that's weird? That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. Because people like you or people like terminally online fucking weirdos are going to do shit like this. Maybe that's why they kept it private.
Who in their right mind would consider that a good idea? It's got "don't do this" written all over it. But also, at the same time, it's equally peculiar. Why would the two hide their relationship to begin with? It's not like they're subtle about how often they hang out together, yet they never mention their relationship status anywhere. And in a recent tweet, Veronica states that among her accomplishments this year, she moved out and up with somebody I love, instead of explicitly mentioning Mark. Why would she feel the need to omit his name? She doesn't even need to say that they're married or dating to give out this information, just that they've moved in together. Not that it's weird or super personally revealing to be upfront that they're married to begin with. Shouldn't that be something you're happy to announce to the world, that you're so in love with someone you've decided to make the next big step and have gone forward with a matrimonial commitments? Though I guess it would be weird.
I'm pretty sure if I called my dad right now and said, hey, Dad, because I know he's watching right now, I'd be like, Dad, let me ask you this. If you are in a relationship, you break up, someone cheats on you, you work it out, and then you decide being together is more important than anything, and you potentially move past that and get married in 8 months, and you don't want to make it public, is that a serious issue? Is that a major issue? I don't fucking think so. I'm pretty sure anyone over the age of 25 would think this is fucking normal or some crazy bullshit. It just doesn't make any sense to me that you're harping on the fact that they didn't make their relationship public. Who cares?
To marry someone who has to get you your alcohol for you since you're legally not old enough to buy it yourself in their home country. But putting that aside, hearing that this might be the case was the final nail in the coffin to make me investigate. Seeing as, with all the other information I've just said, them being married would make no sense, at least on the basis that you want to get married to someone you're in a happy, uncompromised, long-lasting relationship with. And if they were married, it would make even less sense that they'd choose to hide it for no particular reason when they're so closely related to each other publicly. So I started asking around to those who might have more information on the story, and I accrued a vast array of testimony plus evidence from a long list of people previously involved in Mark and Veronica's past that, while seemingly small when viewed separately, came together to reveal a ton of patterns. One of those being that Veronica has a weird relationship with the people she considers friends, often stepping on or shit-talking them when she sees fit to make herself look better, often bringing down Mark's relationship with them in the process. Circling back to Smokey's post, it seems that whatever happened between her and Veronica, the latter wanted to apologize and move forward. However, according to Smokey, it had turned out that Veronica was still shit-talking her to other people, giving mixed messages regarding their supposed friendship. And I wouldn't doubt this is the case, as when I spoke to a more neutral party / current friend of Veronica who I showed the post to and knew nothing about this, they told me that Veronica called her a stalker who wasn't to be trusted, despite the fact that in reality, they were close friends for around half a year, as is backed up through social media. And aside from Smokey herself, she also states that she's heard the testimonial of several other people who've been affected by Veronica in the same way. And while they might not be—
This is the flamenco argument. This is a flamenco argument. I heard through someone else that this person's a bad person. That is evidence. This is this whole video is allegations or evidence. This entire video is allegations or evidence. This is a flam video. This is flamenco. Like, hey, the Chinese Communist Party, the Canadian Communist Party had its money stolen by Keffels, and she bought opioids with it. Okay, where's the evidence? Some retard on Twitter said it. That's not evidence. That's not evidence. That's word of mouth through people. What the fuck are you talking about?
Be willing to speak up for whatever reason, which I can totally understand, there is proof to show that she partakes in this behavior, which I can demonstrate. First, looking to Daft Pina for a situation, here's a DM conversation where, when confronted—
Going to Daft Pina, yeah, that person's apparently really credible from what I'm hearing.
About shit-talking Daft behind his back, she admits to it backhandedly, but rather than apologizing, tries to deflect the blame by shifting to discussing another friend of his, Beta's Inferno, who apparently shit-talked him before the two knew each other. Hey, Editing Braxton here again for some more clarity. In the screenshot of Veronica talking to Daft, she mentions they had a politically fueled conversation that was inappropriate and unprofessional, which she most likely said because Daft deleted their Discord messages, so he couldn't back it up if she just said shit. But
yeah, Michael, Daft is still around. Daft is still around. I want to bring you into the call, Michael, because I have some questions about Daft. I know very little, but what I do know is some other shit.
We actually archived them before doing that, including the conversation, so if you want to look at it, there's a link in the description. But really, it's just an average political convo. However, in it, Veronica never says anything he mentioned was bad or out of line, despite having ample opportunity to over their regular chat. So I guess we can add gaslighting to her list. Also, she doesn't explicitly mention Beta in the screenshot, but it was implied to both of them, and Mark is going to bring her—
All right, we'll make it quick. We'll make the call quick. I'll bring in Michael Alberto. Hey, Michael. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Fuck, this isn't working. Hold on. This is gay. Output. Why isn't it picking up my mic? Nope. All right, can you hear me? Hello?
What's up?
All right, what's up, Michael? I wanted to ask, because the Daft Pina thing, I saw in Doc's chat that they were just, like, roasting the shit out of this person. They said that they allegedly doxed somebody. I was told by ZipZap that they made, like, a really shitty video about Jaden Animations, a sexual video. Yeah. What do you know?
I used to watch Daft Pina a lot a few years ago. He was a part of— there was a time where everybody was in the commentary community was making videos about like the Storytime animators.
Yeah.
And that became like its own genre. Even Turkey Tom was making videos back then. Same with LS Mark.
Mm-hmm.
But so the very controversial thing Daft Pina did was he made— I think it was 2 videos. He made one about Jaden Animations, in which he did a whole segment about Jaden Animations, like porn or whatever. he talked about how there's like a lot of pornography of her like avatar or whatever. And another controversial thing was she did a face reveal. So she made this big dramatic video on her channel about like her face reveal and like I guess like how her face got out there and it was like super stressful. And she like I think talked about like her eating disorder or whatever.
Yeah.
But like he like made it. I think he like said like she faked like the eating disorder. He said some like insane shit. It's the video was called "How Jaden Faked Her Face Reveal," or it was something like insane like that. And he said some other things. He's had like a bunch of beefs,
Just a bunch of bullshit,
like weird stuff. Yeah, so she made a video called "Why I Don't Have a Face Reveal" in 2017, and then he made a video and he left that for a year. But I think she actually forgave him. I think he took it down and DM'd her, and she forgave him. That was something that happened.
That's so ridiculous. Because the situation being is that why would this person go to that person with that kind of history? Apparently, Daft Pina like watched this video over and was like, "This is a good video. You should put this out."
I haven't seen like all I've seen is the few minutes you've shown, and this is insane. Like the amount of like digging, and it's like it's not even like it's not like he's like a pedophile or like doing something wrong. It's just like
it's
a private relationship.
It's not even Mark that he's trying to expose. He's trying to expose his wife.
For what did she do?
She talked shit a handful of times about Mark before they got married.
Oh, well, that happens in relationships.
And she cheated on him and then got back together with him and said sorry, or assuming she said sorry, and they got married. Like what?
I don't, bro, that's fucking insane. Fucking.
That's the video, Michael.
one thing that was weird that when you were playing it, he was like they got back together. They got married after dating for 9 months. It's like, is that really that weird?
No.
To date for like maybe like a year and then get married. Like that used to be super common. Maybe not anymore.
But it's still a thing that happens.
Yeah, it's still a thing that happens. It's not like weird or anything. I mean, you could say maybe it's not like if it goes bad, maybe you could say it wasn't the best idea, but nothing bad has seemed to happen. It just looks like this guy, from what I've seen, is just digging into Alice Mark's private life for like nothing even bad happened. It's just like, dude, you have to divorce your wife because of my YouTube commentary video.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna go over the Doc on the Radio fucking interview with this guy, and when Nick and Keem get in the call, oh Lord, all right. I'll bring you back in a little bit. I want to finish this up, and I want to. You're gonna see some of the comments from this video, Michael, if you stick around, and they're retarded. Mm-hmm. They're retarded. Cool. I'll talk to you in a bit. Thank you, Michael, for filling me in on the Daft Pina stuff.
Up specifically to say the exact same thing later on, so yeah, that's how I accidentally mixed that up. So just be aware that even if she considers you a friend, she may shit-talk you, and if you decide to shit-talk someone else alongside her, she might throw you under the bus to avoid blame for her own actions. But don't go thinking that stops at friendships. There are plenty of moments where she'll publicly shit-talk her past relationships to her Twitch audience, saying they suck, including Oni, who, reminder here, Mark confirmed she cheated on. And that means that if—
Oh my god, she cheated on another man! That is nothing to do with the situation at hand.
If Mark and Veronica ever break up, she'll almost definitely shit-talk him the same way she supposedly did in private to the unnamed creator. But anyway, with all this information, testimony, evidence, and so on to sort through, I knew I had to do something with it. So, seeing as I felt this needed to be created for multiple reasons, whether he listened to me or not, I decided to try confronting Mark himself about all of this in the hopes he might listen, though I wasn't too optimistic he would, knowing what I've explained already and how he's shut people out. But I couldn't just go in half-cocked without a plan. That wouldn't work at all. Plus, I'm admittedly a bit timid when it comes to head-to-head confrontations. I haven't been in commentary for a long-ass time, and I plan to not stay in it after this video is out, so I decided to call on Daft and Crowy, who've had previous instances attempting to talk to Mark about these issues, and created a list of questions I wanted to ask, seeing how he responded to check if he would be truthful with us, and as I've mentioned already, in some cases, he was not. But that's where all the times when I say Mark is confirmed come from, because it was affirmed to us in the call, one which I brought Mark into under the guise of helping me with my Hell of a Boss video. This was done for the reason that, in the case where someone's in a potentially abusive relationship, straight up saying, I think you're in an emotionally manipulative relationship with a toxic person, let's talk about it, it's probably going to scare the person off immediately. So I didn't want to take the chance and instead chose to put Mark in a headspace where he'd come in alone and calmly, though that wouldn't be the same for long. We started the call by stating that it wasn't about Hell of a Boss, but instead we were performing a recorded checkup on how he's doing, to which Mark said
Did anyone hear that? Did anyone hear that? That entire segment where he said, I started off the call with under the guise of him to help me with my video, so I Sam Cedared him like when H3 did to Steven Crowder, and with 2 people, and told him we were recording it. And the reason that we did that was to see if he would lie to us about his private relationship. I'm going to spell out a word for you, chat. I'm going to spell the word Gayop. Gayop. Gay op. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you tried to confront him about his very private relationship. And once you did that, you were going to have an intervention with him about his relationship. Like you have some kind of understanding of his relationship. That's fucking stupid.
He was uncomfortable with us doing so, clearly paranoid about the whole aspect, and so we complied, taking detailed notes instead.
So instead of being able to record him, because he was uncomfortable with the idea of you recording him for your gay op, you decided to take detailed notes instead. Do you not see how crazy this sounds? Does the chat not understand how crazy this sounds? I think it sounds completely batshit. It sounds like something out of the gay op handbook, that you get somebody under a false pretense to confront them on something like they're apparently some kind of heroin addict and go, you gotta help me out with my video. No. We're actually here to talk about your marriage that you've had privately. What?
The call went on for over an hour, and much of it covers what's already been stated, though, so instead of going in chronological order, as there'd be a ton of repetition, I'll group it by sections I believe are important and leave it at that. Starting with what was asked about the marriage, we initially acted oblivious to whether or not it was the case, and asked Mark straight up if he was, to which he responded by saying, "Why do I need to tell you?" Openly pissed off and wanting to avoid the subject. Then later on we told him we already knew, to which he replied, "Well then why would you ask the question?" Obviously not keying into the fact that we asked him to see if he would lie about it, and near the end of the call, as the tension was winding down, Mark told Daft in particular that he would have said they were married if he was asked, basically attempting to gaslight us as though the last few interactions didn't happen at all. And this is something that will continue to occur occasionally as the call goes on.
So, I missed that part the last time. That JustStop accused Mark of gaslighting them because he wouldn't answer their questions. Holy crap.
Just further down in the discussion of the relationship, where we ask why he decided to get back with Veronica so soon after the cheating, which he confirmed once again to us along with the split. But because he thought we didn't have definitive dates at the time, he lied and tried to claim that the split lasted for shorter than it did, about 2 to 3 weeks. And when it came to the cheating aftermath, he nondescriptively said that they spent time apart, hung out again as friends, then decided to date again when he saw she was improving. The reminder here,
that almost sounds like they got back together because their internal relationship, their connection was repaired, and they found a way to get past it. That's what that sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like emotional manipulation by Veronica. It sounds like Mark and her made it work. God fucking forbid. God forbid, dude.
According to their Twitter timeline, that period apart was, at most, 3 weeks. And right after they went on a several-month adventure to various locations, including to Mark's home country, so it most likely was not an adequate enough time at all to reevaluate the relationship. And he was probably vague about this for the sake of making it seem like he put thought into the decision when the timeline goes against it. Speaking of which, we got conflicting dates for when they first...
Who cares? The timeline that I have constructed for myself doesn't match up with the timeline that the individual who this happened to doesn't match. So that means that Mark's gaslighting us. What? Thank you for the $10, Pigeon Salad. Instead of recording Mark because he was paranoid, we recorded him in a different way via notes because I'm a lonely bastard with nothing better to do in my life. That's what it sounds like.
Met and began dating, so we asked, to which he claimed that they originally met in late 2020, and they've been dating for around a year. But that's not technically true with how much they've broken up and gotten back together. This means that not too deeply into their relationship, 3 to 4 months at the very most, she left him for the creator. Then 2 months later, she cheated on him. Then 5 months after that, not even having a full year under their belts, they married. But of course, that's a ridiculously short time frame considering how much had occurred between it, so prior to the call, I theorized it may have been for the sake of a green card or work visa, as that would make some modicum of sense. So we asked...
So you... Hold on. So... All right, hold up. So now, because the timeline doesn't fit for him, right? He starts making assumptions that Mark is getting married for a green card. just based off an assumption. Come on, man. I don't even know how to poke. Just me laughing at that is not even... That's enough commentary for that part. That's enough commentary for that part. Just me laughing.
Mark if that was the case, but no, it wasn't. According to him, he was already getting the work visa and green card sorted out through lawyers separately, and that this was entirely for the reason that he loved her. And when asked why he married so early on in their relationship, he said he always envisioned himself marrying early. I don't even know how to respond to that. Mark, I can understand seeing yourself getting married to someone at a young age, but usually people spend more than about a year together before getting married. Hell, most wait 2 to 5, a time frame that should most likely reset whenever there's fucking cheating or breaking up involved. That shows...
Who are you to determine how long it takes for somebody to get married? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you to determine how long someone gets married? Man, a year's just too short, Mark. Especially when you've had, like, cheatings and all this kind of shit. A year's too short. You can't get married in a year. How dare you? That's what it sounds like it's coming across. QTV Stolen Valor. This guy sounds jealous that Mark isn't single. He just wanted Mark all for himself. That's the underlying part of this video. No, I'm kidding. It isn't. It isn't. I think this was just a terribly made exposed video.
The relationship has room to falter.
Not to mention, Veronica didn't actually tell Mark about the fact that she cheated until over a week after it happened when someone else pointed it out to him as a possibility. So who's to say it might not happen again and she just won't tell him this time?
There's no reason to have done it so early, especially if it wasn't
major
necessary for him to get a
assumptive
green card
on
or work
Veronica.
visa. But back to the call, I was
Major
upfront about having
assumption.
talked with Smokey about her post, and in return, Mark said, Smokey is literally crazy. Literally 100% deranged. However, when we asked for specifics, Mark wouldn't give us any, saying he didn't have to. But Smokey had already publicly stated her distaste for Veronica and expressed information he apparently doesn't want out there. So if she's so crazy and deranged, not to mention someone he's said to have seen every day for several months, why would he hold back any of the crazy experiences he's had with her and warn us about how much of a snake she is? Does Smokey have some kind of dirt on Mark that nobody knows about? Most likely not, considering she was very forthcoming with me about information, and when asked after the call, she told me she had almost nothing but nice things to say about the guy, mainly having issues with Veronica rather than him. So where does this reluctance...
Then why are you grilling Mark about it? Why are you grilling Mark about it? That would be my first question. If I was in Mark's shoes and somebody came to me and said, you know what, your wife was really, your girlfriend was really mean to me. Okay, then why are you coming to me about it? Talk to her. Yeah, she told me you're crazy. If you have a problem between the two of you, work it out between the two of you. Why are you coming to me like it's my fucking problem? I understand Mark's positions in this phone call. He's just like, I don't want to reveal information about my private fucking relationship to you people. Dude, if I was in Mark's shoes, I would have been way more fucking nasty to these people.
To say anything come from? Could it be just maybe that he's only been told that Smokey is such a dubious person by Veronica, who has a history of acting underhanded, lying about people when it suits her, and has seemingly badmouthed Smokey to others before? Or potentially he's playing into the idea that Smokey is crazy because his wife has a grudge with her and he knows the information she has, so he calls her crazy to dissuade others from talking with her? It's just a theory, but I think it's a pretty good one. And aside from her, when we brought up the testimony and evidence of another person more recently associated with the group Beta's Inferno, Mark interestingly used the exact same method as Veronica, deflecting it to say that Beta shit-talked Daft beforehand, showing that he's adapted some of the same tactics to divert attention away from Veronica. Though again, he wasn't specific about what the insults were.
Or maybe he just didn't want to be involved in his wife's drama? Like, what? Huh? Why does that matter?
And when we reflected it back onto him by asking if he knew about the shit-talking Veronica had supposedly done when they were broken up, he said he didn't want to hear it. Possibly because he has an idealized version of her in his head and doesn't want it to be broken by hearing about some of the shit she may have done while they were apart. Now
Another assumption that Mark just wants to completely push it out of his head and keep the ideal version of his wife in his head because you are coming to him with her past drama situation when they were broken up. Maybe, just maybe, he's like, I don't really care to listen to it. Because it doesn't involve me at that time. Like, why are you bringing that up to me? Why? Like, is that too fucking crazy to say?
I'm not entirely sure why, but one might feel the need to ask, why does it matter if he gives examples? Maybe he just can't remember. But aside from that being a
That's not it. It's not that he can't remember. It's that he just doesn't give a shit because it doesn't involve him. It involves his wife when they were broken up.
The argument that wouldn't make sense with how close these people were to Mark as friends. If you're going to call someone, quote, literally crazy, literally 100% deranged, you should be able to say how. Otherwise, there's no reason to believe you.
Yeah, this video immediately pulled into question his credibility and his biases towards things.
Like, for instance, let's use another friend of Mark's that's heavily associated with Veronica as an example for how to do this kind of thing properly. Sonny TM. Told you I was gonna bring this.
Okay, so this is the part where Mark is no longer the subject of, not Mark, Veronica is no longer the subject of the video. Now, he's going to drag in a creator known as Sonny. Now, I'll be honest with you. Do I think that Sonny is a good person for what they did that you're going to listen to? No, I think Sonny's a dickhead. But that doesn't dissuade from the fact that this shouldn't have been put in the video in the first place. Because what it's trying to do is to paint a picture of the people that Veronica surrounds herself with and go, look at these people that are horrible, like bad people that Veronica associates with, which means that Veronica's a bad person, which means Veronica and Mark need to break up. That's what it sounds like.
This back up later. But for those who haven't been paying attention, he was another creator I mentioned back at the beginning of this video, as someone Crowy and Daft were concerned might be negative for Mark to be associated with. Though back then, their concerns only went as far as Sonny leaking Daft's personal script for a project he was working on, but that's barely scratching the surface compared to what I know now. And so in the call, we wanted to make it clear to Mark that he'd done some reprehensible things in and out of video, all while clearly associating with and even mentioning Mark by name as a good friend. This includes his most recent video against Daft, where he brings up a situation with another content creator I also interviewed, Dubus Goobus, as a way of discrediting Daft because he has a plush of Dubus in the back of his set. In the section, he tries to paint Daft as a hypocrite by quasi-associating.
From what I'm understanding is that Daft is a fucking retard. So a video made on a fucking retard, and you're getting information from the retard and saying this guy's video is really bad because this skinny piece of shit decides it's really a bad video about me, and Sonny made a really mean video. Okay, dude.
Associating himself with Dubus by saying that when he was in Sonny's server, he randomly started saying in VC how he hated trans people unprovoked and then made a corporate apology by donating $100 to a trans organization to cover it, later stating how good of a person he was because he's an egotistical maniac. But that's not what happened, as can be seen by the recording of the call that he has archived.
Hey, Editing Braxton here for hopefully the last time. The archive video of Sonny's call with Dubus has now been unlisted, which was most likely the result of Mark telling Sonny about the call and him realizing how bad it made him look. It'll probably be gone after this video uploads though.
So you're assuming that Mark spoke to Sonny and told Sonny to unlist the video because it doesn't make Sonny look good. So you're building an assumption off the bat that Mark had his fingers in protecting Sonny's image. I can't, man. These fucking these people that do like this guilt by association shit annoy the fuck out of me.
So in case you want to hear it, I'll have it in the same drive link below. Also, if further doesn't look good on Mark's part and shows what he's willing to excuse, which will be brought up more later. I checked the video out myself, and it starts with Dubus acting incredibly flustered and apologetic, specifically mentioning that a remark he made was transphobic and that he was incredibly sorry.
That was wrong. I should. You know, fucking restart.
Why are you getting mad at me,
what
bro?
I meant to say was someone who used to listen. I was thinking of those Tumblr type people. That was wrong. I should. You know, fucking restart. Listen, I'll just admit I said it and say I'm sorry. Is that better?
To which Sonny in the Discord then proceeded to laugh and claim an apology wasn't enough, and it'd only mean anything if he donated to charity and said so on his Twitter, which he then did.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Admit to your fault and stop saying if.
If it's my fault, I said. Listen, what I said was transphobic, and I don't. And it was wrong to say. And upon reflection, I am sorry.
Okay. Don't do it again.
So, don't get me wrong. Dubus could have left his call at any time, and he should have. You know, Sonny was trying to fuck with him on some shit. All right, whatever. And Sonny's kind of a dick for that. But, again, it doesn't change the video in question here, that it doesn't make sense why Sonny's in here other than an attempt to show that the people around Veronica are evil people. And that Mark needs to leave Veronica because, and stop being friends with Sonny because of something that Sonny did. Okay.
I said something that's transphobic, and I am very sorry. I legitimately mean it. If you want me to prove it somehow, I'm willing to try. I'm sorry.
I want you to donate $100 to a trans organization.
You fucking madman. You actually broke him. Oh my god.
Yes.
So this is what he is 30 years later. That's what he looks
That
like.
was an
After showing his
emotional
part 30 years
thing.
later.
Doesn't exactly give off the same vibe that Sonny was describing in his video, does it? Hell, it doesn't even have the supposedly transphobic remarks. So I went ahead and asked Dubas himself about the situation, and according to him, he told me that while they were talking in VC, he mentioned offhandedly he was annoyed by always seeing a specific brand of trans people on his Twitter feed that he saw as annoying, clearly not understanding how it could be perceived. Immediately after, though, he realized his mistake and tried to correct.
He just said some trans people are being annoying to me. Oh, that's so bad. Oh! He said some people were annoying. According to you, all he said was, some people are annoying me. Oh!
it, but Sonny was not listening. He instead, supposedly in the moment, made the situation sound as if it was way worse than it actually was, and called the whole Discord in to come and berate him, supposedly telling him to kill himself. Then when he was panicking about accidentally saying something that could be thought of as transphobic, basically suffering a mental breakdown, Sonny and the Discord bullied him into donating the money, gloating about what they'd done after the fact. And this is all with the context that in his most recent video, where he early on says Mark is a good friend of his, he tries to say that Dubas giving the money was just a half-hearted attempt to look noble, rather than the result of Sonny and his Discord mentally breaking Dubas to the point he'd do anything to rectify it, as is shown in the recording. And this has severely affected Dubas, who now has a difficult time making friends or really going out of his current circle out of the fear that something like this might happen again. It's so messed up. And we thought Mark would want to know about this, because beyond Sonny being a person he heavily associates with, so this could be a good deterrent from continuing that relationship, Mark was also interacting with Dubas recently on Twitter, so this incident could close off a potential relationship he may have wanted to make, all because Sonny wanted to use Mark's name in the same video.
Hey, I'm gonna blow your minds about something. If your friend does something shitty to another person that you are friends with, it ain't your problem. It ain't your problem, because it's between them. If they come to you with advice on how to handle it, sure, you can help. But why does Mark have to be involved in this? Why? For what reason? Because Mark hangs out with Sonny. That means Mark can't interact with Dubas, and Dubas can't see Mark as his own entity because of Sonny. Huh? Why? Why add Mark to this? You could definitely criticize Sonny for the stupid shit he did in the Discord, right? Like, you could do that. But trying to say that Mark talking to Dubas but being associated with Sonny is a bad thing, that's fucking retarded.
To say that they were good friends. And we told Mark this exact thing happened, but all he had to say to it was that he never knew, having been told a different story by Sonny. However, he never condemns the action. And not only that, but Sonny was also doing weird shit with another creator, That Creepy Reading, who he sent an unprovoked shirtless picture to saying, "I'm coming for you," and was subsequently blocked for. Though once again—
oh my god, God forbid he sends a shirtless photo that says, "I'm coming for you," like, not even being serious from what it looks like.
Mark didn't have much of a reaction to the news and treated it like just another thing Sonny does. However, it ended up having long-lasting impacts, as after the fact, while Mark was working on his South Park video, he asked TCR to cameo, and while he said yes initially, he later backed out, saying he couldn't be a part of Mark's content if he was going to associate himself with Sonny. And as of recording, Mark is still yet to reply to TCR. So that's one more bridge to add to those that Mark has burned by associating himself with Sonny and Veronica. And that's not even taking—
You are— okay, so the reason that one creator did not come onto Mark's video was because of Sonny. Now it's Sonny and Veronica. That the connections are ridiculous. This is all by guilt by association, and allegations are evidence bullshit. This entire video from start to finish.
Taking into account that Sonny doesn't seem to care about Mark's opinion, as he expressed in the call that he has lots of grievances with Sonny and the way he makes videos, yet he never listens and goes ahead anyway. So in summary, we have a guy that gloats about being blocked after acting creepy to total strangers, has completely wrecked the mental health of someone and tried to smear them as transphobic despite it all, ignores Mark's grievances, doesn't listen, and lies to him, yet also likes to claim publicly that they're good friends, and drives people he was previously friends with away from him. So why does Mark—
why are you assuming their relationship? Why are you assuming Sonny and Mark's relationship? Maybe Mark doesn't actually know a lot of that shit, nor does he want to believe it, or in the context of Sonny did something bad, so why is it my problem?
Mark,
like, that would be my initial response if I was Mark. I'd be like, why is Sonny's beef my problem? Him and Dubas have to work it out. That's not me. Sure, I associate with him. He's a friend of mine, but that's not on me. That's not on me at all. I may platform him and may hang out with him, but that's between him and Dubas.
with him again? Is it because he is friends with Veronica? I mean, Sonny's incredibly close with her, closer than he is with Mark even. Might he potentially put up with Sonny's shit for the sake of staying in Veronica's good graces, suppressing his qualms? Or has he become desensitized to it and no longer sees what's so bad about all this? It's very possible. Unfortunately, on my end, I never got to ask. However, I'm not sure what kind of good explanation he could come up with for sticking around beyond, oh, he's nice to me. Too bad for all the people he's fucked over on a psychological level. And that video happened recently, within the last month. It's shit he's still doing. Though if you want to talk about something from the past, as a side note, it's also been said by several people, including moderators, that the reason the Only Place Discord server was deleted was due to him publicly leaking a woman's nudes. But that...
Guess what? I'm gonna ruin some of the interview for you guys. That claim that was made right there. That claim of the publicly sharing nudes of a woman in the Only Plays Discord and why it was taken down. Sonny elaborates on that. And this individual states that he leaked nudes. Nudes. Sonny comes out and says, no, it was an OnlyFans girl shaking her ass. It was on Twitter, and I posted it in the Only Plays Discord. Publicly available shit. Or behind a paywall. Doesn't really matter. It's just a twerking video based on what Sonny's saying. But he is alleging that Sonny posted a girl's nudes in there because moderators and other people, second-hand sources, not the original source, told him that that was true. And he put it in the video to make Sonny look bad. During the interview with Doc, he immediately concedes on that point, goes, well, I didn't really look into it. Then why the fuck is it in the video?
Basically sums up everything important that was stated in the call, and with it, we've reached the present. It's been a month since that call as of the writing of the script, and most likely by now, Mark probably doesn't think anything is going to happen, or at the least, he doesn't realize that I'm the one who set this all up and made the video. I mean, I explicitly told him as much in the call, but I know he didn't believe me because Daft was there, asking him explicitly if he was going to make a video, and in all honesty, I find that a bit insulting. Is it really so hard to believe that this isn't a scheme by Daft, who I just co-opted specifically for that call, but instead a worried gesture from tons of friends that think something is wrong? I know that at the end of the call, you told us that you were currently happier than you've ever been, but though it might sound like I'm overstepping boundaries by saying as much, I don't think that's the case. Because as I've
Mark says he's he's happier than ever recently, but then you immediately respond with, well, I really don't believe that's the case. Why the... Who the fuck are you to determine that? I half expected this guy in the call to just talk to Mark and go, you know what? You're not happy. I know you're not happy. What the fuck? I know you're not happy, Mark. You saying that you're happy? Yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
outlined in the script, you have pushed away all the people who have tried to point out the truth. You are currently married to someone who, in under a year of dating, you've had leave and come back to you as if it was nothing, cheated on you, which made you question who she even is, and seemingly expected, knowing she's the cheating type, your words not mine, made you feel the need to come back to her without having ample time to think about why you were reluctant to come back in the first place on multiple occasions, alienated you from people you used to be closely associated with, and more. Plus, she's also a liar, a rumor spreader and slanderer, including the ex-partner she's cheated on, is close friends with people like Sonny, who's done some horrendous shit and obviously doesn't value your opinion or thoughts, yet you don't question, possibly because of their association. And despite how happy you supposedly are, you don't want to mention that your relationship exists to pretty much anyone outside of your close friend group. You told us that if we asked, you'd tell, but initially when we did, you got antsy and pissed and completely avoided the question. It wasn't until we said we had proof of it that you finally admitted as much. And if you were comfortable lying to us about that, there's no telling how much else you'd be willing to do. So why are you hiding everything? It'd be one thing if you weren't constantly shoving your marriage in everyone's faces, just letting it be something that was known, but you guys don't mention it anywhere. In fact, you go...
I love that he reiterates this point. I love it. Where he goes, it would be one thing if you were publicly open about your marriage. It'd be different if you were just publicly open about your marriage. It would totally be different. But because it isn't, because you're not publicly open about your marriage, I had to make this video. I am not being hyperbolic or like trying to be inflammatory when I say this. This is the dumbest fucking expose video I've ever seen in my entire life. Like at one point I'm sitting there, I watched it the first time and I'm like, you know what? Like there's maybe something here. Like Sonny's kind of a dick, blah, blah, blah. And then I watched it again and I was like, this video's retarded. Like, every part of it is absolutely retarded. He's mad at this. His intentions are not in the right place. They are not. I do not believe his intentions are in the right place. The reason I think his intentions are not in the right place is because he made a fucking video about it. All that goodwill is gone. Plus, in the interview that I'm going to force you all to watch, they were like, hey, are you good friends with Mark? His response, I've like talked to Mark. Like I'm friendly with Mark. Not friends. Barely friendly. He had no, I don't believe he had good, like, I get it. He was like, oh, I think this is a good thing to do. Yeah, no, not a good thing to do at all. Not, you're not even a good friend of the man. And even then, I would still make fun of you for making this video.
Out of your way to hide it. But you also tweet about how often you're traveling and hanging out together. She does thumbnail art for your videos. You run a whole ass podcast with her, and it's blatantly obvious to a ton of people that you are dating. So why not have the courage to mention you're married or even together? Why go ahead with this marriage before the ceremony when there's no rush for that kind of thing if it's truly based entirely on love? If you're asking me, it goes far beyond just privacy. I think, Mark, that you know how many holes and warning signs this relationship has had from the beginning. So you got married hoping that would solve the blatant issues. But if you announced it to the world, some of your audience might come to the same conclusion and ask why, just like I, Daft, and Crowy did. And you feel uncomfortable confronting that reality. It's why you've pushed all these people away and lied. You go along with Veronica and adopt her patterns to shut out those that might say the truth you're too deeply invested in to confront. You let them just slip through your hands and go away. But with this video, everyone knows. Some of us tried talking to you about this in private when shit was seemingly more manageable and you said it was fine, but god damn it, the longer this has gone unaddressed, the worse it's gotten, so no more holding back. The cat's out of the bag and it isn't going back in. But I'm not mad at you, Mark. It isn't wholly your fault by any means. This is for Veronica and Sonny. Not you. And now that it's all been said and done, the one question left to be answered is this. What is it that I and all the other people who have spoken out, been interviewed, or generally helped in the production of this video want by revealing everything here?
Yeah,
Well,
what
beyond
do you
shedding a
want?
light on what both Veronica and Sonny have done to Mark, as well as several other people for completely inexcusable reasons, aside from showing what incredibly toxic behavior looks like in a relationship for those that might need to hear it, mostly we just want Mark to reflect and reevaluate his current situation. Take some time.
Okay. Now we're in the end game. Now the actual point of the video has just been made. We want Mark to reflect on his decisions marrying this woman. What does that sound like, chat? What does that sound like? Let's put it to a poll. Let's put it to a poll, people. I'll put it to a poll. I'll put it to a fucking poll. All right, right here. Do they want divorce? Or do they want happiness? Do they want them to be happy? I am going to ask the chat if their intention was for Mark to be happy or to get him to divorce Veronica. I'm very curious what it was. I'm incredibly curious because it sure as shit sounds like that he wanted, in the group, wanted them to break up because of what they perceive to be as a toxic relationship. I'm curious what the chat has to say, because if you vote happiness, I'm making fun of all of you motherfuckers that voted for it, misclick or not. And I saw Leon, while we're waiting for the poll to end, I saw Leon. I should know Chris's relationship status. Single, brother. Gonna die alone. Dominic, how could you? How could you click happiness? Because it sure as shit doesn't sound like happiness. Chris, redo the vote, please. Yeah, no. Too bad. This is the only poll we're doing. So, let's go over that. Let's see here. We're going to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overwhelming, it sounds like divorce. Divorce. Wait, why the fuck are you hiding people? Stop, Beaverman. Quit being overzealous with the mod powers. But No. It sounded like they wanted Mark to break up with his girlfriend. Now, we're moving past this part. We're moving past this part. This, to me, is where I get, like, you thought I was mad already, people? You thought I was mad already, right? Like mad right now. Like, this is me, like, at, like, 40% annoyed. What I'm about to show you guys, pushed me over the edge of annoyance to the point where I had to cover this, because it is so brain dead retarded what I saw later on. Where is it? It was a Nick Deorio. Let's see here. Where is it? Here we are. So Nick, being the detective sleuth that he is, took some screenshots, because I do want to say right now, JustStop deleted the video after the interview we're going to go over, right? But I wanted to bring this up beforehand. Right? There were some comments about Mark's wife. I'm going to read these comments to you, and we're going to look at this like a case study on what not to do when you make it. What happens? Let me rephrase this. What happens when you make an expose video that is unfounded and has no real place to be made in the first place? Let me read out this comment to you. They started dating when she was 27 and he was just 19. She cheats on him and he takes her back without a second to think about it. They're traveling to so many places in such a short space of time, and out of nowhere, they get married without even a ceremony. And then Mark moves away from his home country to America, all in that small time frame. Even just on the surface level, that sounds like grooming. I hope he's okay. Veronica seems like a dangerous individual. Let me read back this one sentence here. Even on the surface level, that sounds like grooming. What? How? Adult. Yes, he's 19. She's 27. Adult. This is why I'm making this, not like just making fun of this video. This is also a case study. This comment right here should show you what happens when you make a horrible fucking expose video for no reason at all. Because then people like this that are stupid as shit, this specific person, this brain dead dipshit, is going to make an inference that it's grooming because she is 28 now and he is 20. Oh, God. Oh, there's so many more. Thank you, $2 from Beaverman. The art community, consensual marriage equals grooming. Accurate. It keeps going. So this guy apparently wrote a fan fiction. Let's continue reading some of these deranged comments. Veronica has a stench of BPD wafting. Why is BPD always brought up anytime some shit happens? Like with Salvo, the girl had BPD who drank the piss. Like, oh my God. So let me just keep reading. The Veronica has the stench of BPD wafting off of her. And it's only going to get worse the older and more desperate she gets. Lads, no matter how desperate you are for companionship, do not settle for some lady with BPD, assuming she has BPD. You only get one shot at life. Why spend it with a psycho who will betray you, accuse you of betraying her, and tear all your friendships apart? What? Michael Alberto with the $2. Dating women older than you is awesome. Based. Michael's correct. Michael is fucking correct. Michael Alberto speaking fucking facts in the chat. This is retarded. This whole fan fiction that I just read gave me brain cancer. What's the next one? I think Mark might be as guilty as her. Since from his recent videos, it seems Mark might be more or less not caring about what they are doing. I mean, it's clear the guy doesn't know what real love looks like and thinks this is it. Hey, everybody! I'm gonna teach you something. Love is different. Love is an emotion. Love is something that overtakes the logic brain. It doesn't matter if you're together with somebody for a year to 2 years to 3 years. Yes, you could say, kind of weird you got married within a year of knowing somebody. But why make a video out of that? Why criticize Mark for being like the bad guy in this? Same thing with fucking Veronica. I don't understand the points made by this specific person. Not caring about what they're doing. He doesn't know what real love looks like. He's in love, motherfucker! He got married! Who are you to determine what his version of love is? Oh my shit. Like, I try to look at everything from like small amount of emotion, mostly logic. I try, because the emotional outbursts are fun for everyone, right? But like there's a hint of logic into what I say, or at least attempt to say, right? I'm not fucking like Nostradamus Destiny sort of fucking smart ass person here, right? I'm a fucking retard. But like when it comes to shit like this, my logic brain clicks into, hey, these people are terminally online losers that have never had real love in their life, or any love really. This person probably has no dad, no mom. Never had a girlfriend, probably like jerks off to cartoon porn. I don't know who this person is. I'm just building inferences. Allegations are evidence, but like this comment right here is brain dead as shit in every context. You are determining what you are trying to put your own interpretation of what love is onto someone else, because you don't view his love as legitimate, because it doesn't fit what you think is correct. That is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. What's next? Oh, here's more comments. I've always had a feeling she was grooming him. They've been in contact since way before Mark turned 18. Not way before, about 17 to 18. And now you're telling me that they're married? She's a hawk, grooming and abusing him. Big age gaps like this, specifically when the younger person is still in their teens, very early 20s, always concerns me. Adult. The age of 18 is consenting in most states. In Ireland, it's an entirely different consent. I don't know what the consent age is in Ireland. I'm just stating that every country has different ways of consent. Now, do I agree with all those fucking countries and states? Yeah, fuck no. There's some ones that are really, 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 really fucked up. But 18 is usually like the baseline normal, right? Baseline normal, right? That's what we put a lot of our, like, the commentary, like, a lot of people that criticize the grooming shit say, like, 18 is, like, a solid number to be at, right? If you are 18 or 17 turning into 18 and you consent to be in a relationship with somebody who's a little bit old, who's older than you, it's whatever. And in Ireland, apparently, the fucking age of consent is 17. So all of these people are fucking retarded. 18 is a solid number. 18 is a solid number. I completely agree with the 18 is a solid number. This is retarded. Spectre, my GF is older than me. Dating older women for the win. True. Let's see here. Someone who's been in a relationship like this, it's very rarely healthy. Okay, so your interpretation of your time with somebody older automatically assumes that everyone's situation who dates older people is bad. That's what this guy's saying. Because he had a bad experience, that means everyone who dates older women has a bad experience, or older men has a bad experience. Yeah, okay. Shut the fuck up. If it's some odd miracle Mark happens to be reading this, yeah, he isn't now that the video's deleted, you need to get out. You think you love them and they love you, but it's just not true. I've been in similar situations, bled dry by people who I was too young to realize didn't have my best interest at heart. It's not worth it. It's never worth it. You deserve better. How do you know that? Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? God damn it. Let's read another one. As someone who's the same age as Mark and enjoys his content, dating someone, hell, even marrying somebody who's 28 seems very creepy and definitely sounds like he's being groomed and manipulated. Okay, so did you hear the words definitely sounds? Definitely. That is a definitive statement that they are making. That is definitely weird that Mark is dating an older woman. Wait, who the fuck cares? Plus, the fact he also got groomed by Cosmodrome a few years ago just really sounds like he can't get a break with people he meets. Also, Sonny definitely seems like a huge piece of shit, and I feel bad for Dubas for being gaslighted by him thinking he's a horrible person. Mark, if by some reason you're seeing this, you are worth more as a person than being married to a manipulator and an abuser. So automatically assuming Veronica's a manipulator and abuser. This is retarded. Don't let Veronica ruin your life. You're better than this. Okay, you're a fucking dumbass. Whoever this Eternal Flame person is, you wow, there's so much to say. Pigeon Salad, these comments reek of people who haven't been outside in the day since the day they were born. I've never seen people in desperate need of grass to touch. Only the internet will you find idiots saying 19-year-olds can be groomed. True. This entire chat is full of armchair psychologists. This is what happens when you make a video based on assumptions and theories about another person's relationship or a person in general. This is the kind of thing that happens. This is a problem that happens constantly. This is why videos like the one about Slazo taught the commentary community a lot about how to handle these allegations. Again, with Zaptai. I'm not putting this situation to that level, but videos made about creators or people that were not that big of a fucking deal that turn into a big fucking deal can warp the reality of the viewer. You need to make sure that you have evidence and it's a sound video to even be made in the first place. Maybe ask somebody who's not emotionally involved in the situation to watch the video and go, this video's fucking dumb. This is a bad idea. Why are you showing it to people that are emotionally invested in Mark's fucking life? Show it to somebody who's unbiased before you even think about fucking launching it. Firestarter, leveraging industry connections and marrying a kid right out of high school. Okay. It's no wonder she doesn't like drawing attention to it. Veronica is a fucking creep. But she'll never get the John K treatment because she is a conventionally attractive woman, lol. If the situations were reversed, you'd all be up in arms. No, I wouldn't. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be. If a 28-year-old man married a 19-year-old girl or a 20-year-old girl, whatever. Who gives a shit? That is a legal adult. If they're happy, they're in love, and they want to get married, who fucking cares? Unless he met her when she was 14 and then started doing sexual shit with her during that time or prepping her to do sexual shit like a Woody Allen moment, then I got a problem with it. But an 18-year-old, I don't fucking care. Get married to a fucking 40-year-old. I'll say it's kind of weird. I'll sit there and go, privately to myself, like, that's just not my fucking cup of tea. Kind of a little weird. But who cares? If a 40-year-old wants to date a 20-year-old, who gives a shit? Consenting adults, people. These people are so out of reality on what is real. I love it. What else do we got? Up in arms. It's a shame Mark's likely first relationship is with a predator. I wonder how it feels to be in your 30s married to someone who can't even legally enter a bar. So you're assuming that she's a predator because she's dating somebody who can't go to a bar. Oh my God. Who cares? It's an adult. It's an adult. Oh, I'm going to say that a lot. How many more of these? Jesus Christ. Honestly, I would consider it borderline grooming too, especially if this is Mark's first real romantic relationship, assuming that this is his first relationship. You're going based off of assumptions. I'm around the same age as Mark. And yeah, 18 to 20 is a perfect age to groom someone. I'm done. I'm like mentally checked out from reading these comments. I'm mentally checked out. I'm mentally checked. I just don't know what to say anymore. I feel like I'm just going in circles here. Like I'm considering just like I want to die. Like, I want to die. These comments hurt my brain. On top of that, there was a lot of positive comments towards the video and all this shit. Blah 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 blah. Oh my god, my brain hurts. My brain hurts. Beaverman, thank you for the $2. 19 plus 17 equals grooming. 28 plus 19 equals grooming. Makes sense. Yeah, it's always grooming. It's always grooming. There's never another like nuanced take on it. It's always like it's grooming. Okay, my brain hurts. My brain hurts. Like Nick posted these comments made me want to like actually die. Okay, where is the okay. Oh, anyways, before I like lose my phone. Wait, we're all gonna lose more brain cells together, people. We're gonna lose a lot more brain cells together. Don't you worry. You're about to see some fucking degeneracy dipshit nature happen. So, after we've gone over the video, went over some of the comments and everything, right? Like we've gone through all of that. Now it's the time to go over the interview with Braxton or JustStop. Now, I don't want to like waste a lot of time on the beginning of it, so I'm going to skip to when Sonny calls in. Now, I want to preference something. I was supposed to be on this stream. I wasn't able to make it due to technical issues with Discord on my phone and my computer still being fucked, and my roommate was using the computer I'm borrowing now at the time. So I wasn't able to join, and I was DMing Tomato Man because Bowblax and Nick Deorio went live at the same time as Doc. Sonny, the individual in question involving the Dubas stuff, remember that in your head, called into Bowblax and Augie. I mean, Bowblax and Nick, my bad, not Augie. I'm so used to Augie doing these fucking live streams. I keep saying that on accident. Nick and Bowblax. They discuss the situation with the video and how Sonny was portrayed in that video and, you know, being friends with Mark and all that stuff. It's very insightful. I'm listening to both streams, right? I have the Bowblax one on my phone. I have the Doc one on here because I'm trying to help Tomato Man and whoever else, one of the Doc cast members, like coordinate certain questions because I still have a producer brain. So my brain goes, okay, how can we maximize the information that's being presented to us right now? Because Sonny is on Bowblax's stream and they're both talking about each other, right? JustStop is talking about Sonny and Sonny is talking about JustStop. So I overhear Sonny say that he reached out to JustStop when the video happened, and JustStop responded with, I have nothing to say to you. After he levied the allegation of leaking nudes, right? After he did that, he said to Sonny, I have no reason to talk to you. That's ridiculous. You levied an allegation of someone and you refuse to talk to them. So Doc picks up on that and goes, it sounds like you're dodging him. It sounds like you're dodging him. So when I hear that, I DM Tomato Man and I said, hey, this is what Sonny said about JustStop, that he didn't want to talk to him. Tomato Man asked that question. Now you got Braxton going, well, I didn't really want to talk to him. There's no reason to talk to him. And then Doc, like I stated before, said, sounds like you're just avoiding him. Sonny calls into Doc's stream. I want this to play out a little bit and then we'll deconstruct it. Because this whole interview is the commentary community coming together and going, this is fucking dumb. Like, your video is a stupid fucking idea. And he concedes at every point because it's a stupid fucking video to be made. Let's hear the debate between Sonny and JustStop.
Hello.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. We're doing this interview with JustStop. You agreed to come on. I heard that you were on Bowblax's stream earlier. And
oh yeah, I was just on there.
Yeah, and I heard you had some words to say about JustStop. He said that he didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
JustStop is okay with you being on the air on the stream. So I mean, if you have any grievances with him, go ahead, air it out. Let's hear it.
Why didn't you come to me for the video? Could have asked me some questions or got my side of things or anyone's side.
Which is entirely fair, because what they did is they coordinated in a little fucking group of people that had their own confirmation biases, then went over to talk to Mark about those things and didn't talk to the people that they were going to make allegations against before publishing the video. So, not a good fucking start.
I just feel like you kind of, if you said you worked on this video for so long but never asked any questions to me specifically when you dedicated a third of your video to it, seems kind of disingenuous.
What would I need to ask you about?
My side of the things, I don't know.
I mean, you already gave your side in your video where you talked about Dubis.
I'm not even talking about just Dubis. You said that I leaked someone's nudes, for one. You
I just said that. I said that as a side note because there's.
That's not just a side note. That's not just a side note that happens. You don't levy an allegation of him leaking nudes as a side note. That is not good. You don't just make that assumption or levy an allegation against somebody leaking nudes of another person and blaming them for destroying a Discord server as a side note without concrete fucking evidence.
There's only like people talking about saying it,
but it's not true. It's just unsubstantiated. Like there's no evidence. This is wrong. It's just lying in the video. You did so much evidence. Like you did so much research, but you still got that wrong. It shows. You keep implying that I'm not friends with Mark as if you know my relationship with him.
No, I said you were friends with him.
I mean, you even said, you showed in like on the points against me, it says is a good friend with Mark, but like, what does that imply? You're trying to imply that you're trying to imply that Veronica's forcing him to be friends with me.
Not forcing him to be friends with you, more so just like downplaying your actions, making it seem like it's more okay.
What
and
actions,
also in regards to the saying publicly that you're friends with him, that was in the same video where you called Dubis transphobic, and Dubis is someone that Mark was interacting with recently on Twitter, so it seemed like it could be a way for him to...
Sonny, okay, so Black Rose, just to fill you in, Sonny is the guy that's friends with Mark's wife. The larger gentleman that was like laying in the bed, and he was the one that convinced Dubis that he was transphobic. And Braxton made an allegation that the reason that Mark is friends with Sonny and turns a blind eye to Sonny stuff, even though Mark didn't know anything about it, is because he's trying to listen to Veronica because they're friends, and that he will ignore anything Sonny does because Veronica is friends with this individual, Sonny, okay? And Braxton levied an allegation against Sonny that he leaked someone's nudes in a Discord. You caught up? We good? There we go.
Lose a connection he may have wanted to make.
That
was the main point with that.
Can we roll back to the leaking nudes part?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Which, thank God, Nick Deorio was in the chat and Tomato Man saw that. It was like, whoa. Let's roll it back to the leaking nudes part. Let's roll it back real quick because that's important.
Is there anything to substantiate with that? Like any evidence to substantiate with that?
I could probably try to find a screenshot. So what actually happened is that some girl, I joined the VC and only played his old server before it was deleted. I was a mod in there. And everyone was talking about, they're like giggling about this girl's OnlyFans. I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? She follows me on Twitter, and I looked at her profile. The first tweet I saw was her pinned, and it was her twerking, promoting her OnlyFans. So I posted it as a joke saying, lol, ass flattered in the wall. There was no nudity. It was just like, her ass shaking. But that's literally it. And people misconstrued that as me sending nudes.
Wait.
So he does not mean good. Ren, if you think that Just Stop means good by posting that video, he doesn't. He doesn't mean good at all. He's a retard. He's an absolute idiot for posting this video. On all counts and levels. He's an idiot.
So Just Stop. Did you say that he was like sending nudes or like he was like exchanging nudes or something?
I said that I was told by moderators from the Only Play server that he had gotten the server shut down because of leaking nudes, is what I was told.
And you put that in your video?
I said that I was told by moderators, not specifically, not like for certain.
Well, you never asked me.
What was that? It? Did you do any more research besides that, or you just heard it and then you went on the video and you just said that?
Well, I had been told by moderators and other people, so I just included it as a side note since I didn't think it was big enough to include as a major point.
But why include it at all?
But you still included it. He goes, yeah, I heard it from moderators. I heard it from moderators. You just heard him right there. Why'd you put that in the video? Because I heard it from like moderators and stuff. It was just a side note to put in that you leaked someone's nudes. This is allegations or evidence, people. This is allegations or evidence. This is allegations or evidence. This is a flamenco moment. No, his heart wasn't in the right place at all. Zero. Nada. He had no reason to make that in any context whatsoever. He had nothing good about that video. Because, and you're going to learn, is that he doesn't know Mark. He doesn't know Mark like that at all. He had no fucking reason to make the video. Zero!
If you weren't sure of it, that's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I guess you're correct. Yeah.
Wait.
He immediately concedes. He's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have put that in. But why'd you do it in the first place?
Have to say about it, yeah.
Wait, bro. Wait. Okay.
I like how he even said that you DM'd me. You literally DM'd me, and you said, "Yeah, let me pull it up." Cause I literally talked to you 2 hours ago and asked you, "Did you want to call?" And you said no. And you said, "I'm not guilty over what I said about you, though. I don't know what would be accomplished by my calling."
Oh my, bro. I cannot. Okay. Drama alerts in chat. They want me to drag Keemstar in.
Oh God. Here comes Keemstar. The fact that Keem got involved in this, I was talking in a group chat, and I was talking to some people, and I was talking about the drama a little bit, and then Keem watches it. The first thing I saw was Keem goes, "This is fucking boring," right? Like he straight up goes, "This is stupid." Like 3 seconds in, he's like, "This is retarded." So Keemstar now gets dragged into the call. And I'll be honest. The shit hits like another level right now.
Hold on. Keem.
Yo, just stop.
Hello.
Dude, your video was fucking horrible. I watched the whole thing.
I love you can see Doc's face. Doc immediately, everyone was thinking the same thing. Nobody just wanted to like come out and say it because it was supposed to be an interview. Instead, Keem just kicks in the fucking door and goes, "Your video was shit. It was terrible." Like, oh God.
What did he do?
What did who do?
What did Mark do?
Well, it wasn't about what Mark did.
I think the most telling thing right here is that you have no arguments to defend your video, and all you can say is, when people try to give arguments against why you should have made it. You know what I mean?
What you should have done is you should have made the video and been like, "Hey, I heard some rumors about some tea going on with these people's relationships." But no, your video had the tone of, "I'm fucking like this big Me Too exposer, SA, rape, like pedophilia." Like, what was the tone in your video?
Which is a good point by Keem that nobody brought up at the beginning. I forgot to bring that part up. The tone of the video, I'm not dick riding Keem on this one, but it did. If you watch that video with me, did it not come across as a video that would potentially hold a larger allegation than they broke up and got married later? Didn't the tone sound like something a lot more heavy than these two people broke up and then they got back together and got married? The tone sounded way more serious than what the allegations actually were. That's how I look at it. You can interpret it a different way, but that's how I look at it.
Well, I wanted the tone to be serious, obviously.
Is it that serious?
Well, I personally considered it to be.
But why? This wasn't your situation. Like, you involved yourself into this. You weren't even like a third party.
That sounds like 95 homiciders, to be honest. Not really. I'm making fun of it. What I'm trying to state is looking at this video like the dog shit pile of a dumpster fire that it is, that it shouldn't have been made in the first place. The tonality was too serious. Then on top of that, half of the evidence that was corroborated in that was incorrect or word of mouth, from other people that are not credible fucking sources in any context whatsoever. And an entire video was made to expose a relationship that he deemed toxic, not knowing the relationship between Veronica and Mark, the two people involved.
You got involved because someone else got you involved because someone else got them involved.
Well, I just genuinely wanted to try reaching out to Mark because I genuinely thought that he was in a bad situation, and I still believe it.
But you never did. By posting the video, and you also never showed him the video.
Hold on. He did try to reach out to Mark. He even said that in the video.
I went to a call.
But you made okay. This is the thing I don't understand, right? Just stop. You say like you want to reach out to Mark by making a YouTube video about his like marriage. Like I don't understand. I mean it does I can't wrap my head around that. I don't know. It just sounds ridiculous.
Just stop. I know exactly how to improve your video and make it totally fine.
Just delete it.
Start off the video by saying this. Hey sisters, let's get into the tea. Apparently there's some drama going on with the romance
all right,
between this
Keemstar of
person and
David.
that.
No. Did your doc just call Keemstar of David? No, Shuck! Doc! I missed that last time. I missed that last time. I'll be honest. I totally missed that.
Man, like, listen to this guy.
Like, that is literally all you had to do, but no, you came at it like somebody was getting raped!
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Oh, that Nick Deorio just sneaks into the call. There's a part specifically. I'm gonna find it. Crowy, no, where is it? Where is the part that is annoying the shit out of me the most? Keemstar calls in. All right, we'll just watch the Deorio part.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't. I just.
You said that serious to you? It didn't come off serious like that, Doc?
It came off extremely
not
serious.
like rape serious.
I wouldn't consider it to be like
me.
rape
Like this dude
serious,
was
man.
about to
In the tone
expose somebody for doing.
I'm gonna disagree with Doc and Tomato Man on this one. I'll be honest. The situation in regard to how it was toned and how it was structured made it sound like Veronica was a horrible human being that was going to do a horrible thing to him. That's what it came across as. In like every context to me. That's what it came across as. Commenters are nothing. What? Huh?
Doing some criminal activity.
Are you
That's
retarded?
I got through the whole video.
Nick, what do you want? What do you want? I heard
I'm so confused. All right, I got a lot of questions. All right, I just want. Okay. So, we brushed past it, and then we came back to it. So I guess you tangentially heard that Sony like leaks revenge porn, and you were just like, "I'm not gonna look into this, bro. Yeah, he leaked some nudes or whatever. I'm gonna just say like this Discord moderator told me, and then I'm gonna put it in the video next to all the other shit that I'm saying about him."
Well, that's something that people are little. Sorry. When it comes to that situation specifically, I just heard about it through moderators and people saying that he had done it. So I added it as a side note. It wasn't definitive. Like, I didn't say definitively, but in hindsight, yeah, I probably shouldn't have included it in the video.
Yeah, you really shouldn't have. Everyone's just like going on the part that it's like, dude, you shouldn't have put that part in the video. Dude, you shouldn't have made this video in the first place. The minute Nick has like basic line of questioning, the guy goes, you know what? Yeah, in hindsight, I shouldn't have done that. Then why do it? Then why do it in the first place?
Isn't it a crime? Like, I mean, it's like a little. All right, so like, here's the deal. I just want to ask. So like, why is LS Mark's relationship yours too? I'm not even saying like, judged, exposed, because the video is an exposed video on LS Mark's marriage.
Like I said earlier on in the stream, I mostly wanted to create it for the reason that I tried talking to him. A lot of people had tried talking to him over a course of years about this, and he didn't seem to really care or listen. And
Did you expect him to get like divorced after your call?
Not necessarily. I mostly just wanted him to try and reconsider.
Reconsider what? Do you think? But that sounds like he wanted him to divorce her. I wanted him to reconsider. Reconsider what? Reconsider what? What? His marriage? His relationship? It sounds like you were trying to get Mark to divorce his wife.
Mark is like a retarded child. Like, do we have to we have to like get Mark with kid gloves because he's like physically unable to? I mean, all right. I just want to point this out. How old are you?
Isn't making a video taking the kid gloves off?
I'm 18.
Making a video. Okay, you're 18 years old. Mark's 20.
Yeah.
You guys are like really young.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a long-term girlfriend?
I have had girlfriends, but I am asexual, so that's.
All right, have you ever like there are no partners or anything? Like you're asexual. Okay.
Yeah, I've had partners, but not anymore.
Okay, so I just it doesn't make like this is like insane to me. So you try to reach out to him in a.
Smaggle Daggle not giving Keem a platform to defend himself was the best part of the drama. There is a part in here. Smaggle for you, Smaggle. I'll leave that part in. Once we get to that, I'll leave that part in. I'll leave that
initially
part
recorded.
I will watch that
with
part.
With Daft Pina, right?
Yeah. Where can one find Nick and Bowblax stream? If you are currently in the Discord, there is already a link there, I believe. If not, it's on Bowblax's second channel, at Mayo Monkey.
That was your attempt at like an intervention.
Yeah.
And you didn't think that like, because I know how you mentioned in the video, you're like, well, we didn't want to like hit him really hard with with like your girlfriend's like psychologically abusive or whatever, so we tried to like lay it on a little thin, right? But you wanted to stage a recorded update about his life, and you didn't think that would make him a little like weirded out about your justification, your reason for doing this.
Yeah, mainly the reason for wanting to be recorded was because I didn't want anything to potentially be like if I were to say something, I didn't want it to potentially be said like, oh, I didn't say that. Because like with Sonny specifically, he said that Dubas said super transphobic shit, and there's no evidence of that, but he tries to imply that and tries to say it in his video that he said super transphobic shit.
But wait, I'm sorry.
Why would he be apologizing though?
I heard the guy admitting there was transphobic shit said. It doesn't even really matter in the grand scheme of all this.
Which Nick has a good point. It doesn't matter. That section of the video involving Sonny, in the grand scheme of the situation, that JustStop created, trying to criticize the wife of Mark, there was no reason to add Sonny's part in other than to make her look bad. That was it. That was the only reason that was added. It doesn't make any sense to add it. In the grand scheme of things, it does not matter.
Did he admit it?
So basically,
he admitted it. He apologized.
Okay, well, hold up. You're getting off topic, Nick. You gotta let Braxton go on to that, right?
Yeah, let Braxton respond to that, and then I want to hear Sonny's point.
Right. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to say that I don't finish this first question before you go into
I have nothing after that, Doc, by the way.
I already described the situation in the video, but with Dubas Goobas, what happened is he made, from what I know, he made some kind of joke that was unintentionally transphobic, and then Sonny apparently wrote him for it, brought in his 500-person Discord server, was muting him, constantly was talking to him, telling him that it wasn't enough, that he needed to make a tweet about it, that he needed to donate to charity, constantly laughing in between all of it.
Can't he just leave the call?
Nick,
he could have left the call at any time.
Okay,
he came
Sonny.
back on his own.
I know, but like the main thing about it is that after the fact, Sonny made a video where he said that Dubas was incredibly transphobic, that he said he hated trans people, and acted as though this was still a current thing when it clearly is not. And in the live stream, it shows him being incredibly apologetic, saying that he's very sorry for this, that he wants to do anything to change it. And they're trying to keep saying like, oh, you need to donate $100. And when he says, okay, I have money to do that, no, you need to donate $500. Then if it's enough, you need to donate a significant amount.
I love that he's just trying to continuously lay on the fact that, like, you know, Sonny's a bad guy, right? Sonny's a bad guy, right? Sonny's a bad guy, right? But that's not the conversation at hand. It was why put that in the video in the first place. He keeps trying to defend this position for no fucking reason. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Where is... Yeah, they kicked him out. I forgot the timestamp for this part.
I might.
What do you mean you might?
Can I make a suggestion? Like,
What's
before
up?
you let someone else in, can you at least DM them and ask them what they want to talk about?
Okay.
Holy
All right, Sonny, you had something to say, and then Nick, you can go after because you're begging. I don't know.
Jesus
Go for it.
Christ.
I was gonna ask Braxton if Mark Canyon asked you if you to delete the video, would you do it?
I might.
What do you mean
What do you mean you might? Which he did delete. We're going to go over those tweets later. But, like, in the moment, you have Keemstar, Nicholas Deorio, Doc Tomato Man, and the guy that you made an allegation against saying, maybe you should delete the video. And he goes, I might. What? When I heard that, I was so... You could probably see it in the chat. I don't know. I was fucking fuming. I was like, what in the fuck are you smoking right now? Like, what are you smoking? Delete it. Delete it right now, motherfucker. This video is dog shit. You are not only losing this quasi-debate, you also made a terrible fucking video.
You might.
I mean, I'm still conflicted about it because I still think there are good points and reasons for it to exist, but at the same time, I also see
why it might be better to not.
Okay, that's a
But
really hold on, Sonny, give me a second. That's a really good like argumentative line. Why do you think the video should exist? Like justify its existence.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
well, like I said, I said it earlier on in the stream actually. But if I were to try and repeat myself with that, beyond trying to talk to Mark, because it was sort of like a last
Captain Poofers, touch that like button, just like Braxton. Okay, I'm not reading
resort
that.
type.
I'm
Since
not
tried to talk to
reading
him
that.
privately.
Thank you for the $5.
Lots of people tried to talk to him privately about it. I'd heard from a lot of people who are all thinking the situation
Okay,
was terrible.
stop with the disclaimers. Just get to the question. Come on, man. Why should the video exist?
But yeah, so
What about
beyond
these disclaimers, just get to the point. Go. Sorry.
beyond trying to talk, like as a last resort, trying to talk to Mark. Another reason was showing the signs of toxicity in a relationship, showing what Sonny and Veronica had done to other people, not just Mark. And also because like when it comes to being in a manipulative relationship, it's often that when you talk to just one or two people and they try and tell you that there's something wrong with this, and it's easy for the manipulator to be like they're not the majority. They wouldn't actually believe that. Most people don't actually think that. You can just shrug it off. But if we're more people, like if the general consensus were to say that it were a good idea or that it were a bad situation, mainly.
But what if the general consensus is wrong?
So let me give you guys a lesson. To the person that was saying that he had the right intentions, that was in my chat earlier, he didn't. That's proof right there. Now, you're saying to yourself, Chris, how is that proof that he didn't have the right intentions? He made the video trying to get the court of public opinion, not his video, not the content made to convince, to prove a point, to actually prove the evidence fact that Veronica's a bad person. He crafted the video in a way to sway the public opinion against Mark and Veronica and wanted it up to the public opinion to determine whether or not it's good that he made this video. He wanted the public to determine if it was a good idea for him to upload the video or not. Right then and there, that to me, my standards of how I make my content and how a lot of people make their content in this community is not to go with the public opinion. You shouldn't want to go with the public opinion. You shouldn't want the public to be completely on your side. You want to be nuanced in this moment. You want to have a conversation. You want to present factual evidence to show why it's important. This video did none of that. He had the notion that he wanted the public to determine the course of how the video is portrayed, not how he wanted the video to be portrayed.
Like, what if that general consensus is wrong? Like, that's the
thing is,
like
you're making a ton of
yeah.
assumptions about Mark's relationship that you couldn't
You're on the
possibly know
outside,
the answer.
yeah.
Like, it's an outside in being like, you know what? I really want to turn the public against Mark's relationship because if all of his audience says that his relationship is toxic, he might divorce his wife. That's like psychotic. You know that, right?
Yeah, I can see that actually.
He immediately just Nick just goes, you know that sounds crazy, right? Like, it sounds like you're trying to get Mark's fan base to turn on Mark, to have him divorce his wife. That sounds psychotic, right? Yeah, I can see that. What? Dude! Come on!
See that side of it.
Keem just starts laughing.
So, has this changed your opinion on whether or not you're going to delete the video if he asks you? Or is it still I might?
Yeah. It's still I might currently, but
wow!
I'm just very conflicted on it because I heavily say he wanted to come in with the best of intentions, obviously.
He did say in Bowblax's chat he would like all the revenue made from the video.
Now he is Mark. Mark is saying that in Bowblax's chat.
So that might mend the bridge. So,
I have another question.
No, wait, Keem go, and then Sonny.
Yeah.
Keem go and Sonny.
Just stop. I'm curious, all right? And, you know, I'm kind of picking on you, but, like, I actually want to know the answer to this question. How much time a day do you spend in a Discord?
I don't actually really use Discord much at all.
Keem immediately goes with, this is a Salvo News Team moment. This is a full-blown gay op. Like, his brain immediately goes to, this is a gay op. How long do you hang out in Discord, you fucking loser? Which isn't what Keem said, but come on. Let's just be real here. Let's just be real here. Let's be real. It kind of came across like that. It kind of came across like a gay op. It kind of, you might as well have.
Well,
You don't.
no.
Because, like...
I mostly hang
I-
out with people, like, in real life.
Really? That's shocking to me. When I watched your video, it came across as like some terminally online individual sitting on Discords from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed.
No, I actually barely use Discord. I don't use Reddit. I barely use Twitter. I barely use social media in general.
Okay, go ahead, Sonny.
Sonny?
How much was Daft Pina involved in the creation of this video?
Jesus Christ, man, let me speak, man. Come on.
Well, you didn't have anything to say, you know?
Yeah, I
he's
didn't have
just-
anything to say. Like,
he's-
Okay, never mind. Nick, go talk about Daft Pina.
I'm just wondering, how much was Daft Pina involved?
Daft was someone that I talked to specifically, like, when I was first getting to the situation.
All right, so basically they talk about the Daft Pina stuff, right? This to me, I think I found the timestamp. This to me is the most interesting part.
I'd probably want to do it privately with.
Right here. All right.
Life is.
So let me kind of like paint the picture. They go through all this shit, right? They're talking, blah 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 blah, all that bullshit. They get to the part where they were like, "Don't you want to talk to Mark? You know, like, wouldn't you want to talk to Mark? Private, like, just in general, like, would you be willing to talk to Mark?" This is his response after making this video.
It's like destroyed.
Hey, but at least he's happier.
He's happier in the long run, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because we made some guessing checks about his fucking relationship. Like, this is so crazy, bro.
All right, do we have anything else? Okay, first off, does
You're
Mark
kind
want
of
to...
the meme, like, it's
Nick,
like I
okay.
consent, and then like I don't, but like I don't is you.
Okay,
Shut
does
up.
Mark want to come on?
If
Or
I
no?
if I were to talk to Mark, I'd
reached
probably
out to
want to
him.
do it. I'd probably want to do it privately with him.
You made it public. You made it public, bro.
Motherfucker.
What do you mean?
Oh,
You made a
walked
video.
into that one.
Oh
You just
my
walked
God.
into that one, motherfucker. Are you serious?
Did
Are
you
you
really say
serious?
that?
Did you just say that?
Come on,
My-
man.
That to me was when I immediately knew that this was bullshit. This whole video was fucking retarded. Like, I knew it was already dumb, but right there, that immediate response of like, would you be willing to talk to Mark? Yeah, if I want to, if I want to talk to Mark in private. Keem, everyone immediately picks up on that and goes, but you made this video public and you don't want to talk to this guy publicly? You're the one who made it public. You made this entire situation public, but you're not willing to talk to him on a public platform. That doesn't make any sense. Now Braxton feels like that Mark is entitled to his privacy and Braxton's entitled to his privacy. Oh, kind of hypocritical when you put an entire private relationship on blast because you think that they're in a toxic relationship.
Look, all right, it could be private, but Mark gets to record you.
Wow. Wow. I'm speechless, man.
All right, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
go.
God,
I'm
bro.
never gonna go.
I'm investigating all your relationships forever, Braxton. You're fair game now.
Like, Braxton, you realize? Okay, do you understand?
I am-
wait, you understand where I'm
I
coming
was saying
from?
that because I think I am willing to get rid of the video.
I am
think you are?
investigating the relation.
I think I am willing to get rid of the video. Do you understand how long he spoke to Keemstar and Nicholas Deorio about deleting the video and how stupid it was, and yet he's still on the fence about deleting it?
Relationship between you and your father, because I know there's trauma there. There's trauma there, and I'm letting the world know, bro.
Anyway, now that that's done.
I disconnected Keem. We don't need any more of that shit.
Spaggle W. I didn't say that.
I do have a.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Keem was funny. The interview gets a little boring after that. No offense to Doc, but like Keem and Nick, when they're interrogating that guy, it's fucking funny. But like Smaggle kicking out Keem was kind of funny. And then Keem proceeds to like just constantly on every account he has just try to get back into the call. There's not much more outside of this. There's not much more outside of this interview, but it shows the pattern that this individual was like, I'm maybe going to take down the video after being confronted by the head of Drama Alert and Nicholas Deorio and Doc on the radio saying, hey, this is stupid. And he goes, yeah, this video was stupid. I see your point. I see why I look crazy. I see why this looks ridiculous, but continues to proceed to say, I don't know if I'm going to delete the video. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. There's a little bit more. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. I swear to God, we're almost done. This is like it just proceeds to get more retarded. Let's see here. What's next? So here's a tweet from Apricot. Apricot got these screenshots from Bowblax's chat. Now, these are statements from LS Mark. Mark immediately confirms that he was brought under the call under false pretenses. Now, that was the attempted recording call because they wanted to record his responses to them digging about his personal marriage. So Mark immediately confirms he was under false pretenses to be sent there. He states they told me they wanted to help him with some cartoon script, which corroborates what JustStop self-reported himself doing. Like, are you fucking serious? JustStop self-reported that he tried to trick Mark into a call to talk about his relationship, and Mark confirms it. Like, why? What is the point? You fucking degenerate. Holy shit. Let's see here. So then it continues on. So here is a archive tweet, because I don't know if he's deleted this or not. So Braxton, JustStop, tweets after this entire interaction happened that I just showed you on Doc's stream, being called out, made fun of, told that this is stupid, like just everything under the sun, right? So Braxton tweets, the video has been unlisted since I'm still incredibly conflicted about everything. I'm a complete mess of thoughts right now, so I need to gather them before doing anything definitive. I'll probably make a final decision tomorrow. That is today, mind you. Today. He made the decision today. I don't know, after a call with Keem, Nick, Doc, and everybody who's like, do you understand how fucking dumb this video is? Like, do you understand that this was not meant to be made, or that you shouldn't have made this in the first place, and that you put someone's private life on fucking blast because you don't agree with them? You're still sitting there going, you know what? I'm just a mess of emotions right now. I'm just a mess. So now we're going to read this. This is the culmination of him deleting the video. So he deleted the video. Good job. After close to 24 hours, he deletes the video after being just, I'll admit it, just being criticized to death over this, because he understood that it was bad and stupid to make this. Let me read this out to you, because I haven't read this yet. This is all new to me. This happened like right before my stream went live. Last night, I decided to unlist my video about Veronica. Now I've deleted it. This is because I've come to the realization that it was incredibly stupid, unnecessary, and counterproductive to talk about Mark and his relationship publicly to begin with. The call I set up with him before the video didn't really help at all. Even if I told him he could leave at any time and told him what it was about immediately. Let's see here. Bringing him in like that would obviously make him hostile from the beginning. Yeah, no shit. No wonder he didn't want to answer your line of questioning. I only came to see that recently. What? I only came to see that recently. After you were blown out of the water with argumentative points, now you understand that wasn't good. Am I in Discord? Yes, Matt. I am in Discord. I have Discord pulled up. Let me continue reading this. I only came to see that recently. I should have spoken to him by myself without any preparation. That's what I'm planning to do after this post goes up. As for the relationship with Veronica, I didn't have the right to pry and should have left that alone. I wanted to help because I'm an optimistic idiot that hates the idea of people suffering. That's an assumption that you're making. Especially ones I've known for a good period. There's a part in the live stream with Doc where you say that you're not actually very close fucking friends with him. So you, in my opinion, you had no right to make the video in the first place. But that's just me. That hates the idea of people suffering, especially while a good period, but I really don't know the extent of the relationship. I have my judgments about it as an outsider looking in, having spoken to several people who are closely involved who believe it to be terrible, but assumptions are cancerous to making a solid video. Yeah, no shit! Allegations or evidence is not really a great way to make a video. And I had way too many. Even with what I had, I didn't see that until it was pointed out. To be honest, throughout the video production, I was iffy about the whole thing. It kept showing it to more and more people who kept encouraging it. So, to be honest, from what it sounds like, you showed it to people that were emotionally invested, not unbiased sources. That's how I look at it. And it kind of sounds like that. That's your issue. Let's see here. I kept hearing, I didn't think about how this would affect people at all, but I wanted to get as many perspectives as I could, and I kept receiving positive feedback. I don't know who the fuck gave you positive feedback, dude. I tried not to create an echo chamber by showing it to people who had no involvement as well as the ones that did, but in the end, it didn't seem to help. Yeah, no, because it seems like this video was crafted in a certain way to have the public narrative turn on Mark. And I don't even know who these people are that weren't involved, that watched the video and said, yeah, this is a good idea. Who the fuck are these people? Because they should not be greenlighting content like this. They should not be greenlighting content like this. You have a conspiracy theory? After I read this, Matt, I'll let you in. After I read this, Matt, I will 100% let you in. We'll do conspiracy with Matt Pitt. Let's see here. I went on a live stream last night to discuss my new thoughts, which was still developing at the time. And for those who have seen it, they know I was a mess. I was conflicted about taking the video down or not for the sake of other people, like Dubis, who were helped throughout this production. Okay, so he just immediately makes himself feel better. And he tries to... he's trying to make it out to be like I defended Dubis. No, yeah, okay, you brought the fact that Sonny's was a dickhead to Dubis. That's okay, but still, the video in question did not need that part to be put in at all. If it was an expose video on the wife. Let's see here. Other people like Dubis who are helped through its production. And after the video's release, I received 6 or 7 DMs from new people who were scared about speaking about V or Sonny or who are friends with Mark as well, but were emboldened by my video to do so. It made me believe the video had attained a new meaning beyond what I initially created for, but regardless, Mark is at the center, and on that front, I completely messed up. It taints the rest of the video and what it wants to say. I still believe Sonny and V are incredibly toxic people that have done bad things, seemingly way more than I was aware of, but that doesn't make the video worth keeping up. I want anyone who had experiences with them to feel like they can, but that video shouldn't be the pariah for that kind of thing in the first place. Oh my fucking God. I've heard from a lot of friends what they think I should do, pushing back and forth, up and down, release a statement, don't say anything, go on live stream, get off the live stream, say this, say that, don't say this, don't interact with that person, talk to this person. It's been a back and forth like that since I started working on the video. I brought people on to help, took them off, found evidence, dropped evidence I didn't think was substantial enough. You should have done that with a lot of shit. You should have done that with a lot of shit. You should not have put a lot of shit in here. Rewrote the script a million times, but now I'm going to do what I think I should after hearing from everyone. I'm taking down the video, encouraging anyone that's scared to speak up about V or Sonny to do so, stopping what I started, and talking to Mark one-on-one. I'm not a drama-hungry person. Why'd you make the video? I hope I haven't irreparably hurt everything around me. Thanks for reading. Fuck you. This is retarded. This entire statement annoys me. Like, I get it. You were like, well, I exposed Veronica and I exposed Sonny. Okay. You still put Mark in there and then tried to basically, in my opinion, defend your video regardless of what you were told. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. This guy is a hopeless fucking cause. This man's a hopeless cause. He's a hopeless motherfucker. He's hopeless as fuck. I want to kill myself. Let's go to Conspiracy Hour with Matt Pitt. Hello, Matt.
All right. I'm kind of realizing that this conspiracy theory is not as conspiracy as I thought it was because people are actually talking about it in the chat.
Ooh.
Keep in mind, take my theory with a grain of salt. I thought Ellis Mark was American from the beginning of Shot from the Point.
Okay.
He's Irish. Did not know that. Anyways, I think Daft Pina is pulling the strings behind everything in this community. I think he's the one now. JustStop said that he was encouraged to do this video after questioning if he should do this video multiple times. I think that mostly has to do with Daft Pina. I think Daft Pina is getting into calls with him, talking about it, saying it's such a good job, doing a good job. He had seen the video, and it's fully. That's what JustStop said on DocOnTheRadio. Said Daft Pina reviewed the video, said it was great. Okay, Daft Pina was in the call with Ellis Mark and JustStop. I'm just saying, I think this is like this whole thing was Sonny, right? This feels like something to do with Daft Pina. Sonny's made 3 videos on Daft Pina.
Doesn't it kind of scream that? Like I was thinking that too, but in the back of my head, I'm like, because I don't know a lot about Daft Pina. I had Michael Alberto kind of like fill me in on some shit. From what it comes across as to me, I'm kind of seeing what you're talking about because it seems like Daft Pina has an issue with everybody and especially with Sonny. So if he had a section that was bashing Sonny about him bashing Daft Pina, it would make sense for Daft Peanut to say this video is really good
because
like, you should
the
do
Sonny
that.
part has nothing to do with LS Mark other than their friends.
Mhm.
Like it does. LS Mark should not be criticized for what Sonny says or does.
Mhm.
If JustStop were to have taken the Sonny part and made it its own video and not included LS Mark in it, he might have had a decent video there. Because what Sonny did was kind of dumb, but it seemed more of a troll. That being said, the beef is Daft Peanut and Sonny.
Mhm.
And I feel like Daft Peanut's getting JustStop to do his dirty work for him, so he doesn't have to do videos like this.
What's Daft Peanut's channel size?
Over 200K. Around the same size as JustStop. Now, here's the thing, though. Daft Peanut, and this is what I've been doing a little bit of research. Daft Peanut is kind of like the trailblazer in the community when it comes to like covering animation drama. Him, LS Mark, and Turkey Tom were three of the original three that were covering animation drama back in the day. And that's what I think he's respected in the community and seen as a trailblazer, and he's
even with all the controversies about him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in his friend group, he's very highly respected. I imagine so with JustStop and stuff like that. So I think he can get stuff done with these people that he uses to do videos on other people like Ellis Mark and Sonny and all this shit.
To be honest, it's a sound theory. I'm not saying it's 100% because we're not sure, right? Like we don't have definitive proof of that, but it makes sense. It does because JustStop kept saying I had people review it, and he would bring up Daft Peanut as like the main reviewer. Even Nick asked him, he goes, how involved with Daft Peanut in this video, and he kind of like brushed it aside a little bit. Like you noticed that on the doc stream, he kind of like brushed past it. He didn't really like go into depth about it. He was like, hey, I had him review it. He didn't like go into depth of like how much Daft Peanut was in it. Maybe for like how much of the script did he write? How many times did he review the video? Because he said he had multiple drafts of that script remade on a constant basis. That video was remade multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There are multiple drafts, questioning the video, being encouraged to make the video by people, quote unquote people, saying that Daft Peanut reviewed the video. It just makes a lot of sense to me that Daft Peanut was pushing this video forward.
That does sound it sounds like a potential situation if true. It sounds from the way it's being presented and from the timeline of events of the conversation where the video was released all the way up to Doc and Keem and Nick grilling him on the Daft Peanut stuff. It's starting to kind of like click together, but there's no physical evidence, so we can't determine that 100%. It just sounds. It sounds. It sounds like it would make sense within a theory, a theory, but not concrete.
Yeah, we'll see in the future if something happens and JustStop decides to talk about it. We'll see exactly if this theory is right or not. Probably.
Yeah, there's that aspect, or maybe Daft Peanut will make a fucking video trying to defend JustStop, and he'll slip up or something. I don't know.
I don't think he is. I think he's backing far away. He's not getting involved in this. JustStop has taken the video down. He's going to wash his hands of it and probably back away.
Potentially. You never know. From what I've heard about Daft Peanut's history, at least from what I've been told, like really quick Spark Note shit, he doesn't look like the kind of person that would just go off into the night. You know what I mean? Especially like the example, like the Jaded Animations comments that he made in regard to her like eating disorder. Then there's a situation where I keep hearing something about doxing. I don't know if that's true or not. People in the chat kept saying it. I don't know anything about a dox.
From what I saw, he was going after someone, and he did not give out full docs or anything, but he gave out elements like certain things like screenshots that could basically lead, maybe allegedly, to a dox.
Okay.
So that's what I've seen so far. I don't know if he's actually doxed someone
like a full blown name. Yeah, like a full blown name dox or anything like that. Nothing concrete on that. That's interesting. I don't know. This Daft Peanut guy just seems, I don't know. The more and more I hear about him, the less and less I think he's like, because I don't know a lot about him, so I didn't really touch on his involvement as much as this, other than he was somebody who reviewed the video. But the more and more, like Michael filling me in, you filling me in, ZipZap before this stream filled me in, like, I don't know. That theory is kind of like It's hitting me. Beaverman is saying he doxed Tina Fate 1. I don't
That's
know
the
who it is.
person.
That's the one.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the person. That's from the tweet, but I don't know if it was a full blown dox. It was simply a lot of elements of what could lead to a dox. I think he basically said, I found a bunch of information that leads me to believe that Tina Fate is this person. Now, does he give the name of this person? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. But,
yeah, that's something we would have to like really research on. But like,
yeah,
damn, dude, damn, Matt, you're putting thoughts in my head now. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a good theory. It's a good theory.
This is all Daft Pina and his time doing all of this. Hi, I'm Daft Pina. He fucking talks like an idiot, bro.
But does he talk? What is it like? Quartering level speed or slower than that?
No. Go to his videos. Go to his videos.
All right. We're gonna look it up.
Listen to how he talks.
Daft Pina. I hate his avatar, bro. Okay, let me just click on. I don't know. Like here, let's just a random one. Hit it. Boy in a band. He talked about boy in a band. Holy shit.
Yeah, share your screen.
All right, yeah, I got you. But like, what the fuck is going on with this? Let's pull some shit up. Let's just click on a random video and see what happens. Let's go Incel God. All right, let's just random.
As said on Twitter, Donald feels very persecuted in his thoughts. But I hope you don't persecute me for showing off my cats. Ah, there they are. He goes on to say that
What? There's no way this guy hit over 200k subscribers with that fucking voice. There's
my cats.
There
they are.
There's no way that guy hit 200k with that voice. I don't believe it. That's no. I need to listen to more.
he wants to say what he wants, but people are too afraid to hit like. Maybe they're not good tweets, such as this tweet. Stop.
I am autistic, therefore I have to talk like this when I read words.
That's it. Listen. Some Black Rose in the chat goes like iDubbbz but bland. Not even close.
He has like the Chills, like the way Chills reads things. He reads like he has the exact same. I hate when people do this. By the way, they read in the exact same tone and it just feels repetitive.
Right.
I hate it so much.
Well, because it's like this whole thing is just. I want to skip to another. Now you've got me down a rabbit hole about this guy. Now I want to click on another random spot.
Hold stuff, such as this tweet about Post Malone wearing a skirt. The only crime within this photo is the fact that the fit doesn't work.
You're fighting gender norms, but boy, are you not winning. They're beating your ass.
Speaking of ass, Donald likes to tweet about how much he loves submitting to God, such as...
How can he expect
What? What? Holy shit. Someone, he sounds like the number 15 Burger King foot lettuce guy. No, he doesn't. All right, we're going to check that out now. Hold on. We're going to compare the voices. Burger King foot lettuce. Not Origin. I want the original Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Okay. I got a good handle on his voice.
Number 15.
All right, let's try this one.
Assaulted, but Donald says you're easy pickings and you shouldn't be upset. And you might...
Matt.
What?
Oh no! Oh no! He kind of does sound like him. Oh no!
He just reads in like a tone like that. It's really it's so dumb.
Oh no! He does sound like the Burger King foot lettuce guy. Now it's ruined. The illusion's ruined. Now I'm just gonna constantly hear this guy just go number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want is somebody to put their feet in your lettuce. Like, fuck me. Damn it, Matt. Damn it. Yeah, this whole situation is retarded, like start to finish. I was so pissed. I wanted to go on Doc's stream, but I was having so many tech issues. I was ready to go on, and I was DMing Tomato Man if you didn't watch in the beginning of the stream about what Sonny was saying to Bowblax, and that's how they got Sonny on. I was like, dude, like tell tell Doc this. Like that's. I wish I was fucking on
Yeah,
that
I've been
stream.
trying to get in touch with Sonny. I would like to have him on our recording, but he doesn't have a Twitter. I went into his Discord. They told me to fuck off. So like, I have no. Not well, Sonny didn't, but I was like, yo, I was like, at Sonny, would you mind doing reaching out to me? I would like to have you on. And he's like, don't at Sonny in the server. Those are the rules. I was like, all right, well, I'll just whatever. But yeah.
I was about to say you can't potentially. Does he have a bot blocking DMs on Discord?
You got to give a friend request, right? So I just need to accept my friend request.
All right, hopefully he'll get back to you. I think that would be an interesting now recording.
Yeah, because I got questions for the guy. I also want to have the other guy on. What's his name?
JustStop.
What's his name? No. Well, I mean, I don't think JustStop will come on because I've already said I hate him. Dubus Goobus.
Dubus Goobus. He's a large ass channel. That would be cool. I like Dubus's work. I like Leon on a stream was showing me all of his videos and shit, and I was like, this guy's funny. But like the situation between him and Sonny, I agree with you. If it was just a video exposing Sonny, it would have stood up on its own 2 feet. I think Sonny's kind of a dick for like harassing Goobus into thinking that he was transphobic, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's not as important as trying to connect LS Mark's relationship to Sonny's actions. Like
I thought it was a funny troll, but when he was on DocOnTheRadio, he kind of doubled down on the transphobia.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't agree with that. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I get it. Like, I thought it was funny. Like, you got to pay $100 to fucking a charity site. You know, funny. No, in reality, I guess he's doubling down on the fact that Dubus was being transphobic. So.
Yeah. So we have to understand like what was specifically said then, because if he's doubling down on that, it's got to be something big, I guess.
I watched some of Sonny's videos, and he's pretty like his take is usually if you say some slurs or something, it's all about context and jokes are jokes. That was his take. So I think he has a bit of a
hypocrisy, biases maybe, or
bias against these guys because they're like the Daft Peanut circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I could see that. I could see that as a potential thing. I could, because the way that he was portraying himself on DocStream, like everyone defended him obviously because it was kind of like stupid to put in the video in the first place, which we both agree on. But that's so weird, because if he is okay with slurs and shit, why would he try and come at Dubus for it? That just doesn't make sense. I'm very confused. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I'm kind of that Daft Peanut thing. Keep me in the loop on that. I'm kind of like intrigued. I'm kind of intrigued, Matt. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
FPS Diesel, all these people feel like kids, motherfuckers mauling in Discord servers 24/7. That's what it feels like, right? That's what, Matt, you're like a connoisseur of Discord. You ran Tommy's Discord. Does this feel like a bunch of Discord spurgs put a video together?
This is a bunch of Discord spurgs that have got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. This is what it is.
Yeah, doesn't it come across like that?
No, yeah. This is like these 4 years ago. These guys were in Discords just being retards, right? It's the same retards. They just got hundreds of thousands of subscribers now.
Yeah, like now they have a platform to like ruin people's lives, and try to force people to divorce their wives.
That was so cringe to me. I'm sorry.
What the divorcing wife part?
Yeah, it's like, come on, people. Obviously you know nothing about life, so stay out of people's business.
But like, do you mind if I ask you this? What is the age range between you and your husband, Xylie?
10 years.
10 years. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 10 years older than him.
Yeah. So like, in your perspective, because this is literally the situation. Mark was 17, 18 when they met and got married when they were 20, and she was 20 and she is 28.
Okay.
For you in your situation, since you're the older individual in this relationship, do you think that JustStop was justified to make it out that it was weird that they got married the way that they did?
No, it's none of his damn business. If it's legal, it's none of your business.
Then
if nobody's getting hurt, it's none of your business. And when I say getting hurt, I mean like physically.
Yeah, like DV or some shit.
Yeah.
But that's not, but that was the tone of the video. It came across that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. It's none of your business, bro. I mean, listen. Shit happens in relationship, and it's up to them to work it out or split. It's nobody else's business.
Yeah, like an example is like I've had relationships where I've broken up with somebody, we've slept with other people, and then we both kind of like shit talked each other, and then got back together, and we worked it out.
Yeah,
like it happens. It's not. Am I crazy saying that, Matt and Xylie, that happens all the time, or at least the majority of the time in a relationship?
That's why that's why they say you want to be careful when you break up with somebody. You want to be careful on how you talk about them to your friends, because you'll probably end up getting back with them, especially
Exactly.
after the first breakup.
Smaggle the chat. Technically, Ellis Mark was hurt, so Xylie L. You're retarded, Smaggle. You're retarded. You're an actual retard.
I concur. I just don't say that word.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So, Chris, Michael Alberto knows a lot about these people?
So Michael knows a little bit about Daft Pina. Like, if Michael wants to jump in the call and kind of like revisit that, because he gave me like a short synopsis of like what Daft Pina has done or what kind of person Daft Pina potentially is. If Michael wants to jump back in the call, he can.
I need someone who knows all these people's lore to come on our recording and explain them to us.
Yeah, let me.
That's what I. Yeah,
let me see.
I need someone like that.
Let me see if I can get a hold of Michael Alberto. I keep forgetting he's got a Discord name that isn't his fucking name.
Yeah, his Discord name's kind of weird.
There we go.
FPS Diesel makes a very good point. Veronica was older, but Mark has more clout, so who groomed who? I mean,
that's a good fucking point. Wouldn't the power differential favor Mark?
I mean, in the court of public opinion.
Dude, the fact that he was like, well, you know, like I've made the video and I just wanted the public to kind of like look at it more than anything and make the determination. I was like, you made that video based on how the public opinion will potentially sway in your favor? Are you out of your fucking mind? Like you're making commentary is to talk about people's shitty behavior, right? And to look at somebody in an objective light, not really objective because some people are biased, but like the attempt is to objectively look at somebody and go, that guy's a bad motherfucker or not a good motherfucker, or you can laugh at the guy, right? But in this case of this video, none of that was there. It was just like, I think he's in a toxic relationship, so I need the audience on my side, like Mark's audience, to convince him to divorce his wife. Like,
you know, I don't agree with Keem often.
Yeah.
However, when Keem joined that call, and at one point he told the guy on Doc's channel, he told the guy, listen, you could have just said, hey guys, here's some tea on this relationship, and kind of make fun of him, but he made it sound so serious, and it's like, dude.
Yeah, and that's where Keem's point came in, where he's like, why did the tone seemed like she essayed him, or he essayed her, or like he hit her, or she hit him, like that's the tone. And there was a guy in my chat going, well, he had good intentions in this video. I was like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Okay,
they're probably saying that because Tomato Man said that.
But
Tomato Man said that, but I don't agree either. I don't agree. Well, he may have had good intention. He may have.
What a good intention would there be?
I don't know. I'm trying to not bury this dude. Okay.
Bury him.
I buried Xylie. Were you watching the stream all the way through? I buried this man. I buried this guy.
Here's the thing, right?
I know. I was letting you be bad cop.
No, here's the thing. Right? All right. So JustStop, right? He has 263,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Yeah, you're right.
And his video, when it was uploaded, all the comments were positive. All of them positive. The only criticism he was getting was from us, DocOnTheRadio, Nick, Bowblax, these guys. All the comments and stuff were pro him. He's fine. All right. So if we shit on him, nothing's going to happen to him.
Yeah, true that.
Bury him.
Yeah.
Bury him now, Xylie. Bury him. What do you got to say?
It was a piece of shit move. It was a petty piece of shit. I need content move, honestly.
So you're saying it's from he wanted to make content out of it. Is that how it was perceived?
I think he got content brained. Honestly, I think he got content brained.
What do you think of the theory that Matt came forward with?
Okay, wait. What theory? I didn't hear the
one.
theory.
The one about Daft Pina.
I personally think Daft Pina was behind this all, pulling the strings, getting JustStop to make the video, talking to him, be like, dude, yeah, I like your idea. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? I have this information here. How about we do this? And then maybe at some points, JustStop was like, this is getting a little crazy. I don't know. No. You're doing an amazing job. Here, watch this part. Yeah, you're doing a great job. Stuff like that. Really getting it going. Because the whole Sonny thing, Sonny is an antagonist to Daft Pina. Why attack Sonny in this situation? He's LS Mark's friend, cool, but it felt so forced to put that in there. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
It felt
I
a
will
little
say
shoehorned. It did.
The video did seem like there are ulterior motives that he has not spoken about. There were ulterior motives on there. This wasn't like I'm concerned about a marriage. There was definitely ulterior motives. You might be right, Matt. That might be exactly what it is.
Because it comes across that way, right? Like, it really does, because he uses a reference for Sonny criticizing Daft Pina about their own internal beef.
Right.
That's what
When
it kind of
has
comes
nothing to
across
do with
about.
JustStop.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
it might be then.
See that.
Oh shit, Matt, you might be right.
Yeah, right. Like it sounds like that, right? When you look at it from that objective angle, it sounds weird.
Because JustStop is not a personal friend of LS Marks. They don't know each other that well. They're just acquaintances, right?
Barely.
They hung out a couple times. He said that JustStop said that on DocOnTheRadio. Why would he go to so much lengths to make a video on LS Mark exploiting the marriage that he has with his wife, putting out information about him being cheated on, all of this stuff? Why go this far? Someone had to talk him into this.
I have a question.
Hey Matt, I'm gonna send you something real quick.
I have a question.
Don't read it out loud.
How old is JustStop?
Why'd you send me the N-word?
Chris, why are you sending people the N-word?
Listen, I just tried to get Matt to say it.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
all right.
Wait, before bump.
No, that's Michael. That's Michael Alberto.
Oh, Michael. Shit, I thought that you were bumped. I wasn't looking at the damn Discord.
Wow.
Michael, I'm sorry. How old is JustStop?
I think he's a younger guy. He's probably like
I think he
20.
said 18. I thought he said 18.
There's no way he's 18.
JustStop is 18.
Yeah.
JustStop is 18.
Damn.
Oh, well then shit. Yeah, ulterior motive.
How old
Somebody
is
talk
Daft
him into
Pina?
it.
Daft Pina is, I think, 25. The Kiwi Farms post somebody just linked to me. It says he was
Hold
24.
on. Be careful. Hold on. Be careful with that, because somebody will call it grooming. Daft Pina is talking to an 18-year-old. Based on the logic of the fans, based on the logic from the fans that we heard from today, it sounds like grooming. An older man in a Discord with a younger person. Oh, God.
Oh,
So he was apparently born November 5th, 1997.
I shouldn't be in here with Michael.
Yeah, you're grooming me.
Apparently.
No, I'm joking.
No, yeah, it that actually makes more sense to Matt's point or Matt's theory, honestly. Because I don't care what anybody says, this coming from an older person. 18-year-olds normally are pretty easy to talk into doing shit like that. Honestly.
To do things that they would consider being like, I don't know if I want to do this or not.
Hype them up as in, no, it's a good thing, you should do it, blah 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 blah. I'm more inclined to lean into what Matt is saying, to be honest.
It makes sense when you think about it from like that section of things, right? Like I'm kind of
I think Matt's right. I think Matt might be onto something.
Maybe. It really we would need like some serious concrete proof.
We need a now recording investigation in this. That's what we need.
Yeah, get Beavers
good
on
luck
it.
Good luck getting my co-host to give a shit about this.
Yeah, true.
Oh, are you serious? They don't care?
They probably
no. I think they care. It's like, but I think I might be in. I think I'm in a little too deep now at this point.
Matt's got the cork board up with all the fucking all the lines.
Matt is the meme right now. Matt is the meme.
He's got all the cork boards up, all the pictures. He's like, Daft Pina did this, and there was a moment where he did that. Now there's a conspiracy happening.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Well, to be honest, when you do look at it again, like I stated before, look at it in that kind of volume, like that kind of vision, right? Where you're like, okay, let's remove the Mark part and focus on the Sonny part. I kind of am inclined to kind of look at Matt's side and go, that makes some sense. Because based on Dapina's history, and Michael, you explained Dapina to me. Like apparently Matt is also kind of not so well articulated on Dapina like I am. I think I brought you in here just to kind of like fill him in on what you know at least.
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, he used to be I think he still is pretty popular. So there was like a big bandwagon criticizing like Storytime animators, people like Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations.
Mm-hmm.
And Dapina made a very popular and controversial video about Jaden Animations. So she did a face reveal, and she like talked about like issues she had with like her self-esteem. I think she had like eating issues and like depression, like a bunch of stuff. And he made a video. I linked it to Chris. I DM'd it to you. It's like 30 minutes. I found a re-upload called like how she faked her face reveal. And it's a really like bizarre video where he plays like armchair like psychologist.
Oh, so basically he's a piece of shit too, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically. It was a very bizarre video. Although, to be fair, I think he deleted the video, and I think he apologized to Jaden, and she forgave him. If I remember the lore correctly, it's like 5-year-old drama at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of like weird like drama.
Yeah, well,
I need somebody to investigate this and put it in a video so I can react.
Yeah, the animation. It just seems like the animation / art community, or whatever the fuck you want to call these people.
They have the most retarded drama ever.
Yeah,
it's all so dumb.
Well, somebody brought it up to me. I was talking to Gar over the Rage, and he goes, "You do realize like a lot of the T community like went over to the art community because of the Creepshow art saga, right?" And I was like, "That's a good point."
Well, actually, the art community has always been filled with woke skulls.
Yeah, but like
they've always been filled with woke skulls, and a lot of the T community, they when the beauty drama community completely just died, they spread throughout. They went to anti communities, they went to the art community, they literally spread out to everywhere.
Yeah, so they've been invaded basically.
Yes. Well, I mean, they've come to the commentary community too.
Yeah, they're everywhere. What is it? Weird
Yeah.
Collar Guy with a 5. I do marriage counseling and premarital. I'll admit there are red flags, but I wouldn't say anything unless I knew the couple and only to them. Yeah, yeah. It's almost like you're a professional.
That's the key. That's the key, and only to them. You know.
Yeah, like why make a public spectacle about it? It just seemed like he wanted to confirm his own biases and did everything he could to build up a case to show that it was toxic. Sure, there's probably red flags. Well, a red flag that she's an alcoholic or ex-alcoholic, depending on how you look at it. Then probably some mental things, but they maybe work through it. She's probably getting better, and that's why they got married. Like, who are you to assume right off the bat that she's still in that negative place? Which is what the video did, is assuming that she's still in the negative place.
It was a horrible video. Now, did he actually get rid of it, or is it still unlisted?
No, he said it was deleted. Let me double check. I'll click on the link because I have it in my chat with my team. Hold on, let me see here. Because I remember just watching it. And you're in the group chat. I told Bowblax, I was like, "Are you watching this shit?" Like,
yeah, that whole conversation was funny, especially when Keem's like, "How do you know all these people?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." Dude.
Yep, it's been removed. Video's been removed by Uploader. It's no longer on the channel.
I can't believe that video even got made.
Yeah, I know. I'm
So
still
bizarre.
I'm still in shock that it got made, Michael.
How did that even get past like pre-production? Like, JustStop. I've seen a few of his videos. They're pretty well done, and like they're animated, they're well voiced, they're well put together. So it's like I don't know how it got like completed and posted when it's like so bad and like so
almost
unhinged.
like somebody pushed him to do it.
That's what I'm.
But
more and more.
So
Matt
let me explain more of your theory to me, Matt Pitt.
So all right. So the Sonny part, right? Dapina and Sonny's made a couple videos on Dapina. I watched them. So there's obviously a bunch of issues with Dapina.
Thank you guys so much for the donations today. They are really, really, really fucking nice. Empress with the 2. As an artist, we are fucking insane. True.
Yeah, the black guy. Yeah. Yeah, so like why put that in your video? It's my theory basically is I think Dapina had a lot to do with this, kind of like orchestrated it, pulled the strings, being like, yo, you should do this, you should schedule this, you should get in this interview, you do this. And he was in the call with LS Mark and with Just Stop. And yeah, I think he was pulling the strings.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Dapina the one that watched the video before he
Yes.
put it out for the
He was the one. Yes, he reviewed
Yes,
the video.
he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh. I think Matt's onto something.
Maybe. It sounds plausible. It again, not to be, we can't confirm it, but the line, the points are connecting somewhere potentially, but we're not sure where. We don't have proof. So it's a good theory that we can talk about publicly and not say, yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? Allegations are evidence, guys.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe pulling the strings is like giving Dapina too much credit. I don't know if he's like that intelligent and that to be able to pull that off.
Michael goes, listen, he's just too retarded.
No, I think he probably did push him, and like, because like Dapina watched it, so to just thought maybe like Dapina's like a more like established creator. Like when Turkey Tom gives me advice, I just like take it. I'm like, okay, this guy like knows more than me, so maybe that's how I Just Stop felt with Dapina, but like Dapina definitely was like very biased.
Yeah,
and like wasn't very critical.
When I say pulling the strings, I'm being very hyperbolic. But what I'm saying is he's going to like Just Stop, maybe pitching the idea, or maybe Just Stop's talking about it and he's giving more information. Obviously, I
he's
think,
like egging him on, basically.
Yeah, and I think Dapina has an a motive. Ulterior motive. Exactly.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Has Dapina said anything? I'm not like the most caught up on the strum.
No,
I
don't
think so.
No, they're pretty underground right now. Nobody's heard from them since. Nobody even heard from them during the video when it was made, because it just seems like he's not saying anything. Like he's just staying out of the limelight on this one.
Yeah, I mean Dapina's channel is actually more dead than I realized. Yeah, I remember he used to get like hundreds of thousands per video. Now it looks like he's struggling to like break 100K per video.
Everybody's struggling on video views right now.
Oh, are they?
Yo,
Yeah.
FPS
But
Diesel. Hold on.
honestly-
FPS Diesel with the base take. Dapina
Yeah,
is
that shit was
upset
funny.
because LS Mark pulled a baddie who will draw their OCs fucking. my source is I made this up.
LS Mark, bro, LS Mark is so base. You know, he's over here dating like this MILF, like crazy girl.
True.
Like that's just based. Dating crazy women is based. Dating MILFs is
Period.
based.
And my husband will tell you the same. He married one, 100%.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, no, views are down everywhere, dude. The only people who are really doing their views are people who talk about IRL stuff and reality TV.
I think it's
know that.
what I'm looking at his channel. If he covers something that's like interesting to the algorithm, like boy in a band, hidden abuser, he'll get 250K. So, but if he's covering something like no one really cares about, he gets like 25K. That seems to be what's going on.
What the fuck is alphabet lore? I'm looking at his videos.
Michael's...
No wonder why nobody watched it.
Now Michael's going down a rabbit hole of Dapina.
I used to watch Dapina all the time back in the day. But then I kind of realized all of these people are kind of just like retarded. And he took down a bunch of his videos. He used to have so many more. He took down a lot of them.
Yeah,
I remember the
seems like
speechy one being like pretty good.
He was all I know from him is he was in the Mama Max video last year.
Wait, Dapina was in the Mama Max video?
Yeah, and he stuck out like a sore thumb, and we were all like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Why is he talking like that?" That's what I remember.
Wait, that was him?
Yeah, when he was like, "I don't like how YouTube does this." So,
Yeah. I didn't
yeah.
know that was Daphne. Okay, well now I know who he is.
I just got the weirdest membership. Gex Sexual Tensions. Hello, Chris. I got Minxie to say Gexual What the fuck? I can't read. I'm retarded.
It's Gexual.
Gexual tensions. Like the video game Gex? God damn it. What the fuck? Leon, I'm in Walmart.
Yeah, Tiller on the Pick a Side YouTube.
Wait, What, Leon? I'm in Walmart. I just saw a chick in an H3 hoodie. I almost died laughing. Hey, Leon, get the phone near her so I can say her choice in clothing is retarded and the guy who makes it has Tourette's. Just
may I say something to Leon, please, real quick? Leon, check your damn DMs. I DM'd you last night. You have not said anything back. Please check your DMs. Thank you.
Damn. Called out just on the stream.
I like how
not called out.
I like how everybody in your chat's just talking about Gex.
Yeah, this is the attention span of my audience. Like
my audience is the same way, dude. It's like squirrel, boom, something else.
Yeah, the minute I look at something else, they're like, "Oh, we have to immediately draw our entire attention to Gex now." Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to like think of like a funny like. Are you familiar with Gex?
Yeah, it's the game. I've seen so many video game donkey movies. Donkey videos on it where he's like, Gex is the greatest movie of all the game of all time.
I'm trying to think of like a Gex line that like we could like tie into like this drama.
Oh, that's
I'm trying to think of something.
There's like I remember one specific joke that was like almost a rape joke. I'm trying to remember. It was like a Michael Jackson one, but that doesn't fit in this. It doesn't fit.
This is like being in a Discord call with Daft Pina. I don't know how to do a good one.
Nah, there's got to be a good Gex joke out there.
Somebody in chat has to come up with like a good Gex line that like we can connect into this drama.
Yeah, we
can't come up with one.
We are now expecting a Gex line. Gexual healing.
Oh my god.
Fucking Gex.
Holy shit. All right. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end it here. Do you guys have anything else to say about Daft Pina, this situation? Does Xylie want to like shit on the man?
I got something. All right. There is an hour and 35-minute video on Daft Pina by a guy named Rhythm Rev. I'm about 12 minutes into it, just right when the Jaden animation stuff is that Michael Alberto was just talking about. I'm going to finish watching that. So if you want to learn about Daft Pina, that's probably the video to watch, in my opinion.
Send that over to me so I can kind of like take a look at that too, because I'm curious.
Yeah.
What is it? And then Michael, you got anything else?
Nothing. Thank you for inviting me on. And this drama is like
Retarded.
that video. Insane. I didn't even watch the whole video. Like, but the bits and pieces I heard from like listening into the stream, it's like insane. I just can't believe like he posted that.
Yeah, I know, right?
He spent probably like 30 hours creating this video, probably
He
more.
spent a month, dude. A whole month.
A month down the drain.
Yeah, gone less than 24 hours.
Literally, it's a month down the drain. And he got good views on it, and
How many views did it have?
it ended. Well, I know at one point it ended up with 81K.
It was climbing. It was going pretty fast.
Yeah, at one point it was at 81K. When I last looked at it, it was at 15, but that
I
was
don't
like
think you should
early
have took it
stage.
down.
You don't why?
I love
Because
that.
you got to be with your embarrassments, man. You got to stick by them.
Well, that's why there's this thing called archiving, and then people like us that keep this shit alive so we can make fun of it. Like, come on.
You know, you keep it up and you do a part 2 saying apology to LS Mark, you know, or something like that.
Either that, or at the very least, make a pinned comment in the comment section.
Yeah.
I mean, good point. Of course, Matt's content brain. If you haven't noticed, Matt's been really content brain lately.
Well, Matt's always been like that. There's
I'm
nothing
trying to
wrong
get
with
into
it.
that mode.
Yeah, Michael, come on. I need another documentary. I just rewatched the Nick Fuentes one last night, and I'm like,
thank you.
Dude, I watch your channel like pretty often. Like I'll go back if I'm like, I just want to learn something today about something. I'll just go back.
I'm making I'm gonna release a new video probably in the next few days about Nick Robinson. So
let's go. I'm hyped.
I'm working on my first video on my second channel tomorrow.
Let's go. Make sure you subscribe to the broadcast.
Oh, hell yeah. Subscribe to the broadcast.
True.
We need more subscribers.
Subscribe to the broadcast. Make sure you subscribe to Now Recording, not Toxic's channel anymore, because they decided to make another one.
We moved channels.
Yes, make sure to subscribe to Now Recording, not the Broadcast Daddy. Just saying.
Well, subscribe to everybody. I like everyone in this call, so like I don't give a shit. I don't have allegiances to you people.
I got your boy on tonight.
Oh, Flatley?
Yeah, apparently he wants to apologize to me about something.
I have no fucking idea what he's talking about. I saw him tweet today that this LS Mark thing is gay, and I'm like, yeah, it's gay, like, but it's funny gay. Like, come on, bro. Content, man. I don't know. I don't know why he wants to apologize to you. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I was like, am I supposed to hate you or something? What's going on?
Let's see here. FPS Diesel, storytime animations are still cringe. Odds Ones Out is annoying behind the scenes. Damn, SPS Diesel's calling out Odd Ones. He complains about how he can't get any action in private. Total incel.
Oh my god.
Listen,
FPS
incel
Diesel
based.
And then Spectre, Xylie, Arky for the win. Thank you guys.
Hell
for
yeah.
that. All right, I'm gonna get out of this call because Leon's yelling at me to promote something.
Oh, tell Leon to shut up because he doesn't look at his fucking DMs.
All right, thank you guys for coming on today. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Later. Bye.
Bye, guys. All right, I think this was a fun stream. Damn, I couldn't imagine. I didn't realize we were gonna go for like a full 3 hours. Fuck, bro. Thank you, Xylie, Michael, Alberto, and Matt Pitt for filling in on some stuff. Thank you guys so much for the donations today too. Like really, really fucking cool that you guys came out in force with those. Every single one of them is reused to make sure that I can make this content better for you guys. So I appreciate that. Then I have something to announce. Tomorrow, me and Ruin Leon, we still need to coordinate the time that we're gonna get started. But me and Leon are going to be doing a 24-hour live stream again, starting tomorrow. I will be going live on my YouTube channel. I will not be on Twitch. I am very, very excited for that because me and Leon are definitely going to kill each other by the end of it. Leon is going to be streaming on whatever platform he wants, obviously. And we're going to do a co-stream, me and him together, whole way through. Full 24 hours. We're going to lose our fucking minds. Gex stream. You guys are obsessed with Gex. You guys are obsessed with Gex. Holy shit. Thank you, Pigeon Sal, for the $5. Real Leon, Chris and Ark, 24-hour live stream coming Tuesday. Hope he has a great night. Stay safe. Take care. Rest well. Thank you, Pigeon. I appreciate that. I'm hopefully going to get some sleep after this if nothing else comes out. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to watch the 24-hour live stream. It's going to be me and Leon fucking around, reacting to shit, playing video games. Random people will probably call in, random creators. We really hope that they do so they can keep us awake. I don't know. Is Gex on stream before I finish this? Is Gex on Steam? Is it on Steam? I don't think Gex is on Steam. But we're doing that 24-hour live stream. I don't know what time we're starting. I will post a community post after I'm done with this stream. I'll talk to Leon about it. Then you'll see it on my Twitter, community post, and in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, the link is up and pinned there. Make sure you guys jump in to get updates on when I am going live. We do movie nights and stuff once in a while. We will be doing one soon. And that's it. That's really it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. We had a really concrete viewership today. Everything went really well. My final thoughts on everything. You shouldn't have made the fucking video. You shouldn't have made the video. You had no right to make the video. You were not friends with Mark, and you are making assumptions on their relationship. Anyone that makes a video like this, this is my advice to people that are creating content, right? And I'm very small. I have no way to like sit down and be like, you're shit at content. But that was bad. If you're planning on doing an expose video, right? If you're planning on exposing somebody, if you're planning on putting information out to the public, make sure it's not based on fucking allegations. Don't pull a flamenco. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be seeing you tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then. See you guys tomorrow.